We're letting you speak.
This way. Good morning, everybody. You're listening to Word First 931. I'm your host of the show, Kelly Walker Slaughter, alongside my amazing co-host,
Melody Krim.
Brian Carr. Good morning, neighbors.
Yes, and we are live at the TCAT facility, courtesy of Randy. Yeah, I don't know. Can these go up?
I don't know. We're in rolling chairs, so
we
one
are
of us
rolling,
disappears.
literally. We
We'll
are
just
rolling
roll off
this
the screen.
morning.
I know.
But with that said, let's just get right into it because there's so much on the show to do. We are going to be interviewing teachers and the president of TCAT and some students of TCAT as well that may have just come as students or they did the dual enrollment through the Warren County High School and come in here. So with that said, currently in downtown McMinnville, we are at 27 degrees. As you can see on the weather forecast, it's going to be sunny and clouds today, high of 39 and low of 18. But through the rest of the week, as you can see, we're going to start getting a little bit warmer. And thank God by next week, on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday of next week, we're going to start seeing in the 50s. So just to give us a little more fun in the sun and things like that.
Until then, keep your water dripping.
Yeah,
Yes.
until
that
then,
cold, yeah.
because like she was saying, yes, because between now and I want to say Sunday, it's still going to be in the 20s. Like 29 is going to be the low on Sunday night.
I tell David we need to put the faucets into Snoop Dogg mode.
Oh my gosh, yeah, ain't nothing but a G thing. But
Drizzle my shizzle.
But we want to say thank you to our community weather sponsors, which is Reddick Brown Ford, because without them, they help. They're one part of keeping the water going here for us. So, but with that said, there are some schools that are closed this morning as well. And you can see on our post, which I fixed some stuff up for you guys just to help clarify. I was trying to make something smaller. When I put open and 2-hour delay, I was just going to put everything under the column and then write it as such. And so we do know that the Warren County High School, of course, opened on time today as well as other schools. But the only school that is closed today is the Cannon County schools. And just to clarify where we get this information from, I have, since my radio days, I was signed up with these school closing outlets and I was still getting them. And so I actually get a text message directly from the school before they let the newspapers or the news outlets know. And so that's where I get my news or my school closings from. And if I don't get one, I do go to News Channel 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever I can find on school closures. There was a 2-hour delay, which they should be in school by now, right? So Van Buren County and Cumberland County, which I want to say a shout out to our Cumberland County listeners, they text me and let me know vis-a-vis through social media. So I wanted to include Cumberland County now in that. And then as well, opened regular time was the Warren County school systems. So again, and I understand everybody they get upset, 2-hour delay, closed, not closed, and also.
Speaking of closed.
Yes, Cumberland Biscuit is closed today.
They normally are open on Thursdays, but our hearts and prayers go out to Nate, Elizabeth, and Miss Anna from Cumberland Biscuit and Tops as they lost their grandma.
Yeah. There was a loss in the family, and Nate is the wonderful chef who makes all of the creations and all of the food, and you can't replace Nate. You just can't. It's just better to close it up. Because nobody's going to be able to make the food the way he does.
No,
and that's the reason
I will not
you go
be getting
there.
my shrimp and grits today.
I will not be getting my bacon done right. It's okay though.
See, he has us all
he does.
spoiled.
He has, and he is an incredible young man. And his sister Elizabeth works in the kitchen with him. I'm not sure if she's considered the sous chef or what.
I think so. Sue or their co-head chef or something.
Yeah, but
with that said, I got a phone call this morning. Our Tennessee State Representative Paul Sherrill called me this morning because he wants to clarify some things. The story was put out the other day about a bill that they are talking about. Are we passing it? Are we not? What's your feelings? And this was on the page for Warren County Joy, which we also shared on our page. And I have him on the phone this morning. Good morning, Mr. Sherrill.
Good morning to y'all.
And one thing that was in that article, it said that he was voting no on this bill, and he wants to clarify that that was incorrect, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So take it, go with it. Tell us what the bill was all about and what you are going to be doing at this point. What's the game plan?
And if you can also clarify which counties this will affect, because our understanding is it's not every county in Tennessee, it's just a select few.
Yeah.
This, to my understanding, this is across the state of Tennessee. This is just not a few counties or whatever. So, to my understanding, it's everybody. So, here's the situation about this, which Governor Lee is wanting to have these school vouchers in Tennessee. And, and of course, as I have tried to share with a number of people that has called into office or reached out to me, whatever, how, and I do appreciate y'all very much this morning of doing this to try to help get people more information, better educated, I guess to say. I'm trying to educate myself on it because there's so much in it. Mm-hmm. It's very critical. And as I went to the governor's office, he asked me to come and talk to him last week, and we talked for about an hour, and it's about school choice. Okay, so I asked the governor, and as people's asked me, I said, Governor, I said, don't we already have school choice? And as I've told people, I said, he sort of went around Tennessee instead of, just coming right out about it. And I understand that, but we already have school choice. If you want to send your child to a public school, we done offer that in Tennessee, and we should. We have a responsibility to make sure that we take care of our public education. Now, if you want to have choice of sending your child to a private school or whatever choice school you want to go, you have that opportunity to send your child to wherever you want to get your child's education. And you will pay whatever the price is. Like for in Warren County, you got Boyd Christian Academy, I think it is, and you got Covenant, and I don't know what other in Warren County, as well as White County has a one little place that has some private education. So we already have school choice, and so it's depending on now. This bill is wanting to put like $7,000 in it to a student if they go from, say, public school to a private school. Well, in my opinion, and as I've talked to different people, they don't want their tax dollars going to whoever to pay for that private school. And I understand that. I don't really want mine to, because of if you decide to want to send your child wherever, or somebody decides they want to have a LGBTQ school, or you want to have a Muslim school, or whatever you want to have, that money, $7,000, would go to them schools. Well, I don't want my money going to no LGBTQ school.
Okay.
I don't want my money going to a Muslim school. Okay, my tax dollars. Okay.
Okay.
I want my tax dollars going to a public school, and I don't even have any children in the school, but I still want my money going to the public school to protect our public education.
Right.
Very critical that we do that. So I'm not telling nobody yes or no. I haven't even told my wife how I vote on it, because of this is the thing that a lot of people don't understand is a bill, when it starts, it might start out good, and then it goes through the system, the different committees it has to go to, and amendments that are put on it, and it turns out to be bad.
Yeah.
Or it may start out bad, and amendments are put on it through the system, and it turns out to be a good bill. So there's a lot of things can happen before it actually gets to the floor. It has to go through the House, it has to go through the Senate, and then to the governor. So there's a lot of moving parts that this has to go through. So
Yeah.
I'm just concerned. I'm concerned about it, and I'm trying my best to let people know, just like y'all and the people in Warren County, White County. Tell me what you want, okay?
Well, we appreciate you letting us know more about the bill, and that it's not now. To my understanding, the governor is calling a special session starting January the 27th. Is that correct?
Yes, sir. That is correct. Okay. So the special session will consist of this about the school vouchers. Mm-hmm. Also, it will be about the money going up to East Tennessee to hopefully help in that area up there where they went through the storm.
Yeah.
And then it will hopefully be some, and I don't know exactly, I hadn't seen the bill on either one of them two, but I've heard about $450 million to go up in East Tennessee to help up there. And then a bill for illegal immigration, which I've not seen either. So that's sort of the three. People have asked, is it all going to be put together? The governor told me, no, it will not be put together. It'll all be separate. So that's what we're looking for coming Monday.
Well, Mr. Paul, thank you so much for sharing your insight into this and clarifying for us that there hasn't been a vote yet and that there's a lot of things, a lot of moving parts, and you want people to contact you, and there's various ways. We'll put up your contact information through your office.
Right, and I called him this morning through his office, which is, if you guys have any issues, you can call him at 615-741-1963. And that goes directly to his office, and he can talk to you, because that, as a parent that has a child in private school, that was my choice to either go to public or private. And if by making that choice, I took on the choice of the financial, I don't want to call it a burden, because it's not, because it has
responsibility.
I took on that financial responsibility as a parent, and I don't mind paying for my kids' tuition at a private school.
I was a private school kid for 2 years.
And I'm going to be, I said I was transparent. I told Brian this, and I've talked to Melody and other of my friends. I feel like, and nothing against you, Mr. Sherrill, when I say this, but when we let, some things like government involved in the private school, it just slows some things down in the school system. And it's nothing against what you do, because I understand that there's a lot of red tape you have to go through with, bills and things like that. But when you go to a private school, there's a little more, what's the word I'm looking for? A little more freedom.
A little more room to move.
And so that's why I enjoy going to a private school. And I'll say, while we started the private schooling, and I was talking to Brian about this morning, and Melody knew too, back when we became friends and got connected, was COVID hit. And I had a choice between taking my son to public or private, because he was a kindergartner. And I know as well as any parent, my child doesn't listen to me now. What makes him, he's going to listen to me when I do this, to put him in public school, and we have to do that virtual learn. And I'm not against the virtual learning. I just know my son is not going to listen to me. So at the time, the private school at Covenant was saying, you just sign these papers. They don't have to wear the mask. We'll teach them, because I was afraid of how far behind my child was going to get from me teaching him.
And we've seen that.
And so as a parent, I want to keep, I would like to keep the school choice, because, I don't need the government to pay for my private schooling. Right. I don't need to.
But I don't think a lot of our taxpayers want to pay for it, because
our public schools are already struggling enough, not having enough financial. This is just going to make it worse.
It is.
Well, and on both sides, we don't want this to become an entitlement.
No,
we don't want this to be something that we have to do now, and the government's on the hook, which means the taxpayers are on the hook. First, we need to get to the root issue. We need to change these schools and make them better. But
let's make our public schools better first.
I think that would be, and I think that they've either, because it is a government institution. But I'm with you, Mr. Sherrill. With these things, you got to watch what's in the bill before you sign the dotted line, because
make sure
they're loaded with pork and all kinds of lobbyist type suggestive speak. And these bills, the regular person can't really read them these days.
Correct.
And I'm going to say this about Mr. Sherrill. You and I've worked together. I don't know if you know who you're talking to, but you and I've worked together. We've talked at Bologna Day. Mr. Sherrill is a very open door politician. A lot of our politicians, we don't ever see him in Warren County. We leave messages upon messages and nothing happens. Mr. Sherrill always returns messages, answers the phone when he can, and he is very involved in Warren County. I see him here more than any of our other politicians that are supposed to be representing us. So do not hesitate to call him if you have questions. He will be more than happy to answer and help you.
And I know that you have a busy schedule as we do here at the TCAT facility, Mr. Sherrill. So again, guys, call him at 615-741-1963. That is his office line in Nashville, which he's at this morning. And if you have any things that you would like to address as this bill gets closer to the 27th, did y'all say?
Yes.
You are more than welcome to come on the show and do some more clarification, like walk us through the process of what's going on.
Well, we'll know more about this next week. It starts Monday.
Okay.
Monday, or it'll probably be Tuesday actually when it gets started.
Okay.
So, but anyway, we will know more about it probably next week. It'll have to go through education sub first, my understanding, and then it'll go through full education, and then if it gets through them two, then it'll probably go to finance.
Okay.
And then finance to calendar rules, and then from calendar rules onto the floor. So there's a pretty good little process that'll have to go through before
and that's
it gets
absolutely fine. But when you find out any more information that you are allowed to say, just call us and let us know, okay?
Yeah, thank y'all very much.
Thank you, Mr. Paul.
Hope y'all have a good day.
You too. Talk to you later, buddy.
All right.
And that is our Tennessee representative for the 43rd District, Mr. Paul Sherrill. But we're going to take a quick little break, and starting off on our show here, being live at TCAT, we're going to have Miss El Presidente herself with us. I love it. So again, keep it here at 105. Or I almost said. I knew one day I was going to do it.
Oh, I'll have to tell you my story one time.
Okay.
Warren first.
Keep it here at Warren first.
Dad had a vision in 1964 to start Ganton Bolden. Now it's Gateway Tire and Service Center. He wanted our customers to have the best products and service at a fair price. That was his motto then, and that still stands today. We promise to be upfront and honest with each and every customer. We'll never try to sell something that our customers doesn't need just to make a buck. If that's what makes us different from our competitors, well, we're just fine with that. Come see us today or give us a call at 931-815-9000.
Fall is here, and it's the perfect time for planting. Visit Randall Walker Farms at 8240 Manchester Highway in Morrison, Tennessee. From fresh plants to seasonal favorites, we have everything you need to beautify your home or project this fall. Available for both retail and wholesale. Looking for something sweet? Don't miss out on our delicious frozen blueberries. Stop by and see us 6 days a week, Monday through Friday from 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. and Saturday from 7 a.m. to 12 p.m. For more information, call 931-635-9535 or email rwalkerfarms@benlomond.net. Get ready for fall with Randall Walker Farms, where fall planning begins.
Looking to transform your home? Head over here to Roland Renovations at North Chancery Street in McMinnville. From stunning cabinets and beautiful countertops to durable LVP and hardwood flooring, we've got everything you need. Want to upgrade your bathroom? Check out our amazing shower systems and our stylish shower doors. Here at Roland Renovations, we also specialize in outdoor cabinetry, tile work, full remodels, and installation services. Stop by or call us at 931-743-5479 today. We are open Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. We are closed on Wednesday, and Saturday we are open for appointments only. Don't wait. Revamp your space with us here at Roland Renovations.
Don't know what to eat? Have you tried Cumberland Biscuit Company or Tops Frozen Yogurt and Metro Deli? Down on Main, you can enjoy pizzas and sandwiches, weekly combo specials, soups, salads, and finish it up with Tops Frozen Treats. On the weekends, check out Cumberland Biscuit Company's unique dishes like the Twisted Goat Burger or the Bambushka Burger. For lunch or dinner, get the experience of going out of town right here in McMinnville, down on Main. Follow Tops and Cumberland Biscuit Company on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
Are you ready for your new Ford? Hi, this is Chris at Reddick Brown Ford in Morrison, inviting you to come and visit our dealership with special finance rates on that special Ford truck, Bronco, or SUV that you have been looking for. Plus a great assortment of pre-owned inventory. We are proud to be part of the local community here in Warren County and now offer complimentary pickup and delivery for service. Your Pioneer Sports Ford headquarters, Reddick Brown Ford, Manchester Highway, Morrison. Have you driven a Ford lately?
No.
That's the problem with the weather. It just messes you up.
It does. All right. Welcome back to Warren First Night. No,
Okay.
you don't. You scoot in.
We're just all trying to. There we go.
I'm just making it work. Making it work. I'm your host of the show here at Warren First 931 with my co-host Melody Krim.
Hi.
Brian's going to step out. He's on the side right fast, but with us we have the lovely, the talented President Dr. Edwards, right? Edmonds.
Okay.
I had my headphones on. That's not my bad.
For curiosity's sake, what is the doctorate in? Because not everybody realizes the doctor does not mean medical. Doctorate can be
Higher
anything.
Education leadership.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Where did you get your degree at?
ETSU.
Okay.
She knows a lot. That's in right outside of Elizabethton. It begins with a J. Is that right?
Johnson City.
Johnson City. Thank you. I was going Jonesboro. I was just over there. So yeah, beautiful area.
First and foremost, tell us, what brought you here to TCAT? Because, there's so many phenomenal things I know about TCAT and what it brings to the students. But what brought you here?
Well, I've always been I haven't always been in higher education in my career, but most of my career has been in higher education. And I was at Motlow and I was in McMinnville for a lot of those years. And I did some things for Motlow overall there. But then when this position came open, I was particularly interested in it because I have a real heart for McMinnville. I went to school here.
Yeah.
And I've been here and been working in higher education in the area. And I really have a deep desire for people to go into not just the community college and the university track, but also to get people in the technical track, because I think that is super important. We have to have people in all careers. So we need people to be able to do all things, not just any particular. And so this was very appealing to me. And I love small schools. That's another exciting aspect. So this just seemed like the perfect fit for me.
And, speaking of your school, it is ever so growing.
Yes.
So I was here at the groundbreaking ceremony and saw the images and all that. And then Randy was kind of telling us a little stuff off air, but tell everybody what is going to be happening in the March and April time, because you're still going to be, school's still going to be going.
It is.
While construction's going on. Talk about that.
Well, we're getting a complete new facility. So that's super exciting, super needed, because, when this was built in the 60s, there's no way they could have anticipated all the technology needs and all the growth and all the things that are necessary now for us to operate. So we're super excited that we're going to get probably around 66,000 plus square feet.
Wow.
And
it's going to be massive.
It is. And it's going to go all around this building. So it's going to be interesting while we still are able to operate, but we're working with our construction crew, making sure that everything's going to go well. And we're going to get students in and out every single day and be able to continue with what we're doing while they get the new facility done. Then when they get it complete and we move in, then they'll remove this facility. So
this facility will just be taken down.
It will. Yeah.
Oh.
End of an era.
No, it is.
But it's going to be a good end of,
Yeah. Growth onward and upward and moving along. And
because I remember when I was a student and they did not offer dual enrollment at the time.
What a great concept. I wish they had done that when I was in high school.
Same. Because I'm a hands-on learner. It's really hard for me to just read the book and then understand it with just simple pictures. I was always a hands-on learner. So if you didn't teach me that way, I wouldn't know. And I kind of had my TCAT moment at the radio station for the 15 years. They taught me how to use the equipment and what it means and how to do, and that's what they do here. But at the time, I remember, I think it was just, they just had auto mechanic. I think it was. But you guys have
lots and lots.
Endless. So what
Okay.
other programs do you have now?
Okay, so I'll try to name them all.
If you missed one, we will put a link in our feed so you can go and see all the others.
Okay, well, we have automotive technology,
Okay.
obviously, machine tool technology, industrial maintenance. We have welding technology, cosmetology instructor, building construction technology, computer information technology, truck driving, massage therapy, reflexology, practical nursing, residential, commercial, and industrial electricity.
Good Lord.
So let me ask
Y'all
you this:
have your
now
own.
that GCI is no longer in McMinnville,
Mhm.
are you guys the only one who does cosmetology?
Yes.
So this is the go-to place.
I love that.
Yeah.
And talking about dual enrollment, can any kid in the high school right now do dual enrollment to do any of these classes? How does that work?
Well, we work with the high schools, and the high schools, we have most of the dual enrollment with most of the high schools at their place. So it would depend on what programs they have.
Mhm.
But then, like Warren Connect, for example,
Right.
they can come over here and do any of these
Okay.
programs.
Tufts was also that way. My son was in Tennessee Online Public School, which is a virtual learning school. But even though that school was based in Bristol, if he had done dual enrollment, he could have done it through here.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
I love that.
Yeah.
And so, for everybody that's watching, because we're going to have students come on and talk about and encouraging words. If you're thinking of in any of these job fields, the best. If I could go back and do this all over again, I wish I could have done dual enrollment. I wish that was offered to my generation back in 2003. I don't care to say how old I am. 20 years ago, I wish.
I graduated in '98, so I mean I'm the same way.
Mhm.
That's one thing I encouraged Ellie to do. And she was going back and forth between teaching and nursing, and I'm like, you need to go get your CNA, because then you will have your foot in the door. You will have the basic training. You will be able to get a good paying job to help pay while you're going through nursing school or even teaching. It's good to have those skills, because even with a CNA, if you decide to go teaching, that's still going to help you in the teaching field, because it's basic medical knowledge.
Gotcha. Now, with this new new expansion of the building, is there going to be even more classes offered? Any new ones?
Yes, we do hope that we'll be able to add possibly a lineman program,
Oh.
and then maybe an HVAC program at least.
Wonderful.
To start. We're also working on a grant right now. We really hope that we can be successful, but another healthcare patient care technician, which will allow students to get CNAs and
That would be
phlebotomy and
Wow.
electrocardiogram, along with the patient care technician, medical assistant. So we want to really work on rural health care, because that's so important to all of us that live in these
It
small
really
communities.
is.
And every single state's different, because I got my CNA here in Tennessee, but then when I moved back to North Carolina, I was not able to use my CNA certificate
Oh.
because they actually require the phlebotomy in North Carolina, and mine wasn't with it, because at that
They didn't
point
offer
back
that.
then that wasn't necessary in
Okay.
Tennessee, so it wasn't included.
I
So I
just
think that's
love
wonderful
that.
to be able to have
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
I
Plus,
love how
I do not
y'all are
wanna
ever
be
so
taking blood.
growing.
So we're
and
hopeful on that one.
Yes, grant
Fingers
work is
crossed.
hard. It's difficult.
Everybody
It's-
say a
yeah.
prayer. Put it on your prayer
Yes.
list. We need a grant, Jesus.
Yeah.
Grant us, Jesus. But before I let you go, is there anything else you'd like to say? Because I know we got some students that are
Plus,
excited to get on the
she's busy.
podcast.
She's got to go run the
I will
place.
say that our students are wonderful. That
Mhm.
is the truth. I mean, I'm glad that you're getting to hear from them, because they will tell you what they do in the programs, and they can tell you the best. And that's really why we do everything we do, is to help the students so that they're out there as employed workers in our community, and then our community just grows stronger from all of it. So it really is like a little cycle. So I'm glad you're getting to hear
love
from the
it.
students.
Yeah.
I cannot wait. Well, thank you so much for
Alright.
coming on the
Thank
show with us.
you.
If anybody needs to know any information, we will put a link on this video later on. And again, when does enrollment start?
We almost enroll all the time.
Okay.
I mean, we do have starting points, but we have 2 start points each trimester. So there's 6 different times a year that you can start.
Wow.
So there's lots of different starting points. So if you're interested in coming with us, start talking to us now.
You said,
Okay.
I'm sorry, you said trimester, so there's not semesters. It's
Right. We're
trimester.
trimesters, because
Oh.
we go year round.
I was like thinking, am I pregnant again?
Right,
Did I
that's
just
what I was thinking. I was like,
did I just
what?
hear that
What just
again?
happened?
I was like, hello, Dr. Riley, coming out of retirement. But that's great. I think it's awesome what you guys are doing, and you got to not just the amazing students, but I feel like you have an amazing staff. We've talked about this all the time, that teachers don't get enough credit where credit is due.
Or
And
love.
staff.
Or
Yes.
funding. Or funding.
Or funding, yes.
Well, and the students will tell you about that as well. They have really good instructors, and it makes all the difference. And all the staff that's here to help, that's caring, and will help them get in and navigate all that process too.
Okay. Well, thank you so much for coming in. Let's get the first one, and then we'll cut to break after that one student. Or we're getting both of y'all at the same time? Okay.
Oh.
Here, do you want to? I'll take a break, and you want to jump in?
Oh, no. These guys, I'll get down here.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So if I get you guys right here, we'll get Mr.
Here,
Randy
Melody will go.
Melody's rolling out.
I'm roll out.
Roll out.
I'm pretty sure there's a song about
You
that.
just take it right in.
Yeah, we're gonna let her in.
No, keep going, boo boo.
Oh.
Yeah, you got to see the screen. Okay. They got to see you. Ew. There you go. All right. With me is 2 TCAT students. State your names.
Barrett Sullins.
Shelby Fultz.
So what do you got? Let's start with the ladies. Ladies first. What do you do here at TCAT?
I do a lot of projects that he assigns me.
Okay. What is this like what's your class called?
Machine tool technology.
Oh, wow.
Ooh.
Now, what got you into that? Because that's not a common thing I hear females get into.
Well, I started in the trades whenever I was a sophomore in high school.
Okay, so you did the dual enrollment.
I did the dual enrollment in welding for 2 years, and I did it in machine tool for 1 year.
Oh, wow. And tell everybody, because if you were listening, it was not offered for us. How did that help you? How did that help you?
It gave me such a head start before
Yeah.
I got here.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't want to walk in here and not know what I was doing and basically kind of waste money
Right.
before I get here. But, it just really kind of opened my eyes as to what people even do at trade school.
Yeah.
So
I love that. And for you, what class are you in?
Machine tool technology.
Machine. Now, did you do the dual enrollment?
No.
So what made you decide to come to TCAT then?
I was really interested in
Yeah.
in how things are made, and I love working with my hands, and so it was a perfect fit for me.
So when y'all get done with TCAT, what is your end goal? Like, where do you want to work at?
I just kind of let it go as I'm going
Yeah.
so far.
So far, are you going to try to stay within Warren County?
No.
That's what. Okay, so you're going to travel out.
Yeah, there's more money out there.
Got you. Same thing.
Yeah.
Okay, and so what grade are y'all in, or what year are you in now?
I'm in my third trimester.
Third trimester. Fourth. And so how many trimesters do you got to go?
4.
4. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So you're fixing to graduate. So how does that make you feel?
I'd like to have some free time again.
Sweetheart, I'm going to just be honest with you. I don't know if your teachers have told you this, but once you graduate, there's no such thing as free time. You become an adult. I had this experience with my cousin Madeline, which she's going to come on the show today, and she just graduated in December. And she called me the next day, and she's like, KK, I feel so like different. It's this different thing, and it's not a bad thing. It's a new chapter in life, you know? But one thing I do want you guys to talk about as students here, and to recap what the president was talking about, Dr. Redmond's, talk about the teachers. Talk about the atmosphere at TCAT. Because, 9 times out of 10, college is not for everybody. And going to a school like this, what keeps you coming every day?
Well, it's hands-on. So that's what I'm all about, because I didn't like high school. I couldn't just sit there and do paperwork.
Right.
So
Same.
that it just did not get in my head.
Yeah.
So, and Randy's always here. So, and I'll just tell him, hey, Randy, come over here and help me real quick.
Yeah. There's you don't feel like there's no such thing as a stupid question. Like you can ask and they'll come to you.
Yeah.
I love that. And for you?
Before I came here, I did 2 semesters at Motlow, and I hated it. It was terrible. I hated just doing regular book work. I really just wanted to be active and doing things with my hands and be hands-on.
I get it. And, and this goes back to what I was saying. And then, Randy, you can jump in on this is, there's kids just like us that are not book readers and you said, a pencil, I call it pencil pushers.
Yeah.
I can't do that. I have to be hands-on. I have to dive into, like, if you want me to learn how to do the radio, for example, like I was saying, Duke and Jeff and those guys at the studio taught me how to use this equipment and taught me what to do. And, I didn't have a book. Like you say, it's all hands-on. And that's the same thing. We're visual hands-on learners.
Well, that is right. If you put your hands on a machine, I can teach it to you.
Yeah.
I want to talk about Barrett real quick because time is short. We've got a lot of classes,
Yeah.
but we have a skills program here at school. Every student that's full-time becomes part of a Skills USA,
Okay.
which is a club. Every year in April, we meet in Chattanooga for competition. Each class will try to send somebody to compete against the other TCATs across the whole state of Tennessee.
Right.
I've been fortunate in the past that I've had a winner. In the past years, I've had a couple of second places. Barrett is going to represent our class this year, and he'll be going in April. We don't have the date confirmed just yet, but he'll be going and he'll be competing for our program. And, I feel confident. He's a very good student, very smart, and I feel confident that he's going to be a placer. Yeah, and he's going to get first place or I'm going to graduate. No, that's
Oh, stop it. He's going to hold you for another trimester.
No, he's really, hey, he does.
Look at him.
He does a good job. They all
Yeah.
do good. But that is some things coming up. But I enjoy my students being here. We have a lot of fun together.
Yeah.
When it's time to have fun, we get serious. It's time to get serious, and then we learn together.
I love that. I love that. Anything else for you? Because I know there's a time crunch for everybody. Anything else before I let you guys go?
Not that I can think of.
Okay.
I don't have anything.
Well, thank you guys so much for coming on. We are going to take a quick break, and then we're going to have some more students come on and keep it here at Warren First 931.
Vision in 1964 to start Ganton Bolden. Now it's Gateway Tire and Service Center. He wanted our customers to have the best products and service at a fair price. That was his motto then, and that still stands today. We promise to be upfront and honest with each and every customer. We'll never try to sell something that our customers doesn't need just to make a buck. If that's what makes us different from our competitors, well, we're just fine with that. Come see us today or give us a call at 931-815-9000.
Fall is here, and it's the perfect time for planting. Visit Randall Walker Farms at 8240 Manchester Highway in Morrison, Tennessee. From fresh plants to seasonal favorites, we have everything you need to beautify your home or project this fall. Available for both retail and wholesale. Looking for something sweet? Don't miss out on our delicious frozen blueberries. Stop by and see us 6 days a week, Monday through Friday from 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. and Saturday from 7 a.m. to 12 p.m. For more information, call 931-635-9535 or email rwalkerfarms@benlomond.net. Get ready for fall with Randall Walker Farms, where fall planning begins.
Looking to transform your home? Head over here to Roland Renovations at North Chancery Street in McMinnville. From stunning cabinets and beautiful countertops to durable LVP and hardwood flooring, we've got everything you need. Want to upgrade your bathroom? Check out our amazing shower systems and our stylish shower doors. Here at Roland Renovations, we also specialize in outdoor cabinetry, tile work, full remodels, and installation services. Stop by or call us at 931-743-5479 today. We are open Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. We are closed on Wednesday and Saturday. We are open for appointments only. Don't wait. Revamp your space with us here at Roland Renovations.
Don't know what to eat? Have you tried Cumberland Biscuit Company or Tops Frozen Yogurt and Metro Deli? Down on Main, you can enjoy pizzas and sandwiches, weekly combo specials, soups, salads, and finish it up with Tops Frozen Treats. On the weekends, check out Cumberland Biscuit Company's unique dishes like the Twisted Goat Burger or the Bambushka Burger. For lunch or dinner, get the experience of going out of town right here in McMinnville, down on Main. Follow Tops and Cumberland Biscuit Company on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
Are you ready for your new Ford? Hi, this is Chris at Reddick Brown Ford in Morrison, inviting you to come and visit our dealership with special finance rates on that special Ford truck, Bronco, or SUV that you have been looking for. Plus a great assortment of pre-owned inventory. We are proud to be part of the local community here in Warren County and now offer complimentary pickup and delivery for service. Your Pioneer Sports Ford headquarters, Reddick Brown Ford, Manchester Highway, Morrison. Have you driven a Ford lately?
Seconds here.
You're fine.
You said Tuesday.
Again. Okay. I thought that was going to happen. All right, guys, welcome back. We are live here at TCAT with Warren First 931. And again, I'm so blessed to be here and Randy and them set this up with us. Because when I was talking to him about coming and doing an interview, he always goes above and beyond, not just for his school, but for his students and staff as well. And we got some more students here, and they're with building construction class. Is that all you guys?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Oh, look at them Southern charm. Love it. But with that said, state your name, what trimester you're in, and go from there.
My name is William Avilas, and this is my final trimester here.
Okay.
I'm Pedro. Sorry.
Oh, hello, Will.
I'm Pedro, and this is my final trimester as well.
Okay.
I'm Matt, and this is my second trimester.
Okay.
I'm Dylan. This is my second trimester.
Okay, and again, we got some interesting stories to say, so I'll just go knock it around like I'm at a restaurant. So starting with you, you are not originally from Warren County. You're not even originally from Tennessee. Where are you originally from, and why did you move down here?
Well, unfortunately, I came from the
not unfortunately, don't say that.
State of California.
Okay.
The reason why I moved out here as well was due to my family and I moving out of here because the state being not how it is, and the reason why I came to the TCAT school here, I was looking around and found some carpentry schoolings and did some little more research and found TCAT McMinnville and got here. I love that. And since you've been here in McMinnville in the Warren County area, I mean, do you just you love the move, love the change? Yes, I do love it. It's a lot better than where I originally was, more being compact in a
small town.
Small town, yes.
Yeah, we call it the Hallmark town. Everybody loves everybody, and then talks behind each other's back. Let's just call it what it is. It is. But that's awesome. And being your final trimester, what's your end game? Are you wanting to start your own construction company, join a construction company? Like, what are you wanting to do?
Well, I want to start my own construction company, but I want to get my feet wet more. So my first thing is I'm going to join in a existing company already and get my feet more wet out there. And
start networking or working with other companies, which that's good networking to get where you need to be. I love that. And continuing on, same questions.
Yes. So I'm originally from Franklin County, Tennessee.
Okay.
It's where I locate is in Belvedere, and it's not within 5 minutes from the state line to Alabama.
Oh, wow.
So it was a little bit of a commitment to come over and drive an hour 15.
Oh, you still live there?
Yeah, I still live there.
You travel how far every day?
An hour 15.
Good Lord, son. Bless your heart. But I mean, tell me why you travel that far.
Originally, I was one of those times in my, I was really looking forward to something different in my time at the age of, I believe, 21. I was seeking a career. I was, I'd already, finished a normal, general education, which I didn't have plans to pursue, but I thought maybe going a different route would have helped, something
shake it up a little bit.
I can get more hands on instead of, being in a classroom learning from a setting where I'm not used to,
Right.
And so, I got more hands on and I just researched TCAT being offered an opportunity to do building construction, and that being the nearest one, I believe, closest to my location other than Nashville.
Right.
And so, it was a commitment, but I sought it out and I have no regrets in doing it. I highly encourage everybody to do it if they can. It's in their reach.
Yeah.
It's worth it. Well worth it.
Yeah. And even, and going to the website and checking it out and doing the research like he did and like you did, if there's something out there, if you're not a book reader, a pencil pusher, or whatever the case may be, and you're a hands-on learner, which I'm starting to notice that everybody's becoming a hands-on learner like myself, that's why there's schools like this out there to encourage all types of learning set skills, essentially. And let's talk about what you're doing now, man.
Yeah. So,
second trimester. Is that right? Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, we're early.
I was going to say, you're the young ones.
Yeah. So I moved down here about 6 months ago from Chicago.
What?
So I
Good Lord, y'all. You left all the good pizza and the food. Go on.
I know. But I moved down here, got a summer job, and then heard about TCAT, wanted to go to trade school. My experience before that was always mission trips and stuff, so thought that'd be a good thing to take up. And I'm all the way in DeKalb County. That's about an hour away.
Yeah.
I didn't know much about this school. I kind of just, first day, we'll see how it goes. And, I wouldn't travel that far if it wasn't worth it. And by my first day, I knew it was worth it. So.
And when you came here on your first day, like for people that are listening, what was your experience like?
Yeah, I mean, it was really intimidating. It's scary going into a class with, a bunch of guys who know more than you.
Yeah.
But, by my first day, they were super supportive.
Yeah.
Second day, we got to the church, got working on a project, and, I found comfort by that.
Like you became a brotherhood at that point on the second
it felt
day.
Really good. I went home telling my parents all about it. Till this day, I don't have any regrets.
I love it. So what is your end game once you get out of here?
So when I get out of here, I plan to co-op, take an apprenticeship. I want to get as much experience as I can.
Yeah.
Maybe grow my own business.
Yeah.
I'm just going to take it step by step. And
take it to your county, right?
Yep.
Because I love that because, you're probably going to take yours to Franklin, right?
Mm-hmm.
County, and then you're going to go to DeKalb. I love that. And are you going to you're going to try to stay here, right? Or are you going somewhere else?
I'm gonna see if I can go around for more coffee and all around. I'm living up in Grundy County as well.
Okay, all right. You guys are all traveling. This is amazing.
I'm the closest.
I was gonna say, are you from Morgan County?
I'm from Sparta. So
Sparta, White County. Okay. So talk about how you heard about TCAT, why you wanted to come to TCAT, and how you enjoyed your experience.
So growing up throughout high school and stuff, I was like 13 is when I started, but my dad built in-ground pools.
Okay.
And so I was always hands-on helping him on that. And so I always wanted to do something like construction because throughout the summer and weekends, I was always helping him.
Yeah.
Pool kits, doing all of it. And then once going through high school, Tennessee Promise, you can get 2 years free. And since this program's only a year, we can get from anywhere in Tennessee, you get it for free. You can come here for free for a year.
Really?
Yeah. And so as long as you do good enough on your ACT and have a 3.0
you meet the requirements.
Yes,
right.
And then so I'd heard about this place from multiple school boarding systems. They're recommending all these colleges throughout high school.
Mm-hmm.
And I had known a few people that went to a TCAT for welding, and they said that they really enjoyed it. And I was like, why not? It's only a year. It's not going to waste any time. If I enjoy it, I enjoy it.
And you did great on, and this is for free.
Yes, ma'am.
See how, yeah.
And now that I've came here for a trimester, I've met all these young group of guys. We're all really good friends now.
Yeah.
It's we're building projects together. Aside from building, we're building friendships with each other. We're having a good time.
Yeah.
And it's just free experience getting into the business. And then once I'm out of here, I'm planning on doing in-ground pools still. So I'll probably go to aqua pools or something like that, one of the bigger companies in. Yeah. So I was thinking about doing that. And then otherwise I could obviously, with the certificate you get from this place, I could just go into building straight up if I wanted to.
I love that. I love how you all guys have a plan. Who would love to talk about the teachers? Because y'all did just say off air about you just got a new instructor and your other one retired. Won't you talk about him a little bit?
So with our retired instructor, his name is Randy Richards. He came down from Cookville, I think it was. And he's ran his own business many times in the past, and he told us how during 08 where the housing crisis crashed, and he helped went to the high schools, I think around here, right? helped in the construction jobs area around there, and helped the students around there, and then found TCAT, then tried for here, and then he stayed here for about 4 or 5 years.
4 years.
4 years, and he's been helping everyone since around. And with our new instructor, his name is Eric. I can't say his last name properly, so my apologies. Mr. Gaddy, thank you. He just recently came in, and he's a retired United States Army personnel, and he's been also in construction jobs. I believe he ran his own business as well.
Yeah, I
believe so.
And he's been giving us new tips, new things that we actually haven't got quite hands-on yet, but it's something that we're also relearning as well at the same time. And he's been very grateful and stuff. We've actually been finding some stuff in our class currently that we haven't found at all that we're using at the current time as well.
Yeah, I love that. And before I let you guys go, talk about just the encouragement that you get from your teachers.
Yeah. So, I mean, that was the biggest thing that I looked at when I got here, was who was going to be, leading me in this. And of course, that was Randy when I joined. And yeah, first day he was, super laid back, super chill guy. He was, the best instructor that I had for anything.
Yeah.
And, I learned so much from him, hands on the job, and he was super calm and super collected all the time. And it was like talking to a friend, not just an instructor. You didn't have to be intimidated by him. So
yeah, I love that because sometimes when you go to big fancy university schools, the teachers give that vibe that they don't care because no matter what they're going to get paid. So it's just going to be an empty seat. And when you hear schools like TCAT that are very involved in their students and they're encouraging, and it's not just a teacher relationship, it's like it becomes a family kind of relationship because they want the best for you, and you pick that up instantly. But thank you so much, guys, for coming on the show. I wish y'all nothing but the best of luck, and if you ever need any help pushing your businesses, if I'm still around and still alive, you call me.
We know who to go to.
Yes. Us Warren Countyans help everybody. So, but y'all have a good rest of y'all's day. All right. Coming up, we have some students, cosmetology students. Let's go.
Have a good day, man.
You too, y'all. Thank you so much for coming. I appreciate it. God love them. Just pick a chair, any chair. Pick your hot seat for today. So are we all students?
I'm an educator.
Educator?
I'm a student.
Student?
I'm a student.
All right, you got to come on in, beautiful.
Oh.
Yeah. See the camera? It's got to see you.
Oh. And I'll sit right here.
Okay. So with me now is the cosmetology part of TCAT. We have one of the educators. What's your name?
Tina Curry.
Tina Curry. And we have two students.
Veda Hogston.
Veda.
Robin Bell.
Okay. So talk, like when I was talking with the president, back in the day, it was just the automotive stuff, and now they have cosmetology. What does the cosmetology class offer?
Oh my goodness, so much. So obviously hair cutting, color, highlights, lowlights. We also teach pedicures, manicures, acrylic nails, dip nails, facials, back facials, waxing. Pretty much anything that any of the disciplines can do, we can teach here.
I love that. And y'all talk about your experience in the class so far. Like, how's learning going? What trimester are you guys in?
So I started in February of last year,
Okay.
and that means I'm pretty much almost done.
Okay.
I'm set to graduate in about late April or so.
Okay.
But as far as experiences go, it's been a really significant journey of growth.
Yeah.
I was very shy whenever I first started,
Mhm.
and now I can really I know how to put myself out there.
Feel confident, like it's built your confidence level up. I love that.
I started in July of last year, and I graduate sometime in September.
Okay.
But I've had a pretty good experience here for the most part.
Yeah.
I've been through 3 teachers so far, but
Hey, transparency is key here. So, I mean, talk about the transitioning. I mean, did you like each teacher?
I didn't really like my first one, but I like my last 2. They're great. I love them.
Is she the current one?
Yes.
Okay, I just gotta ask how this is current one, and tell us why you like your
transparency and honesty. Though
I do. I mean, when it comes to women, every man, men hate how transparent women are, but it just is because it's on her face. But tell me, you know, with her and then the past one, like with the transitioning, what you loved about y'all's teacher, your educator.
I liked how if I have an issue that is going on that's outside of cosmetology, we're not just student and teacher. I can reach out and say, hey, I'm not having a very good mental health day. And while it's not an excuse for, lack of effort, it's more an understanding so that, it's not a surprise.
Yeah.
And she's very understanding of just that despite the fact that we are still students, we are also adults and people with our own lives. And sometimes there's things that happen that we can't control.
It's like they create a safe space where you can be, you do you, boo.
Yes.
I'm going to be over here while you're in your moment.
Very much.
But if you need me, I'm right here. So tell everybody, encourage them if they're interested in cosmetology, what they can do.
Like I said, you can pretty much do any of the disciplines. You can do hair, skin, or nails. So, I mean, like I said, facials, back facials. I mean, I taught last week lash extensions. This week I'll be teaching them brow laminations, lash lift and tints. I've taught leg waxing, underarm waxing, face waxing, pedicures, acrylics. I mean, I'm a cosmetologist, but I have dabbled in all 3 disciplines.
Yeah.
And I've just made the best of my career. I mean, the sky's the limit.
What made you decide to come and teach?
I knew even in school, when I was in cosmetology school, that I eventually would become an educator.
Yeah.
It just came naturally to me for some reason, because I was older than most of my classmates.
Yeah.
I was 30 when I went back, and all of my classmates were like their age, 18, 19, 20, and they all flocked to me, Tina, please help us, because they knew I was paying attention. So it just came naturally to me, and even the owner of that school asked me, have you ever thought about going into the education side? And I said yes, but I definitely wanted to get my experience first.
Yeah.
So I went out for about 8 years and worked behind the chair. I did hair for a few years, and then I did nails for a few years, and then decided in 2020 during COVID.
Perfect timing.
Come back and get my instructor's license, because we were closed. So I'm like, I'm going to take opportunity to do this. And
So speaking of the educators, is it a program? Like you got the cosmetology school that you took, and then there's a separate class for cosmetology educator?
Yes, it's a cosmetology instructor, junior instructor program. There's a couple different ways you can go about it. There is the cosmetology instructor in training. So that's you come to school for 300 hours. You have an instructor over you. And you create lesson plans and everything. And then when you're done, you go take your test. Then there's also junior instructor, where you can actually work under another instructor for 3 years, and then go test. So, I believe junior instructor, you're getting paid. So I believe that's how so there's a couple different ways you can go about that.
Okay. So if anybody's listening that wants to become an educator or a student, there's options for that here.
Absolutely.
I love that. Anything else before I let you guys go? Would you like to say?
Definitely know that I can't even talk. People can come here and then get services.
I didn't know that.
Yes, we are open to the public. So
because they need students to practice. And is there a number they can call to schedule an appointment? Is that the right thing to ask?
There is, but Just call the school.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
just
best
call the
way to get an appointment is to call the school and then ask for the cosmetology department. They'll transfer you to the cosmetology salon floor.
Mhm.
That's where you'll make your appointment. If you want someone specific, like somebody that goes here and would like to schedule an appointment with them, you'd ask for them by name.
Yeah.
But a lot of the time, for us, it's not just learning the techniques of what to do correctly. It's
Mhm.
also learning how to get people to come back and ask for us.
I have two questions, and then I'll let y'all go do your thing. Now, if they make an appointment with you guys, do you get paid, or is this a free service?
They do not get
paid. It's entirely our education.
Gotcha. Okay, but they can tip you, I'm assuming. No. Oh, no. Nope. I gotta know. The other thing that that is becoming more popular with cosmetics.
We charge, but it's just for the supplies.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. And then, another thing that's becoming popular is hair extensions. Is that something that is being taught currently?
Actually, it is. We are actually going to be doing a big combined class in 2 weeks.
I love it. Because one thing that, I found out hair extensions about a couple of years ago that they don't have that here in McMinnville. And then I had to go out to Murfreesboro to get, I have hair extensions. Just for the thickness, not the length. I know, right? What? Not for the length, just for an extra little length. Because I did lose some hair like Randy has on his top of his head. But,
Tell them how short my hair really is, ladies. My hair is only 3 inches long. This is all clip-in extensions.
Is it really?
Yes.
Look at that. See, I'm telling you. You don't know what's real or fake.
As long as you have a professional do it.
Yes.
Don't do it yourself. It's a
Don't.
horrible idea.
No.
For a multitude of reasons, not just looks.
Yeah.
Yes.
And there's several ways you can get hair extensions, but y'all are going to probably teach that in the class. I prefer the sewed in technique, but anywho, you guys have a good rest of your day. We're going to take a quick break, and we got some more, I think, instructors. Yeah. Whole bunch more. Okay, we will be right back. We're going to take a break and keep it here at Warren First 931.
Dad had a vision in 1964 to start Ganton Bolden. Now it's Gateway Tire and Service Center. He wanted our customers to have the best products and service at a fair price. That was his motto then, and that still stands today. We promise to be upfront and honest with each and every customer. We'll never try to sell something that our customers doesn't need just to make a buck. If that's what makes us different from our competitors, well, we're just fine with that. Come see us today or give us a call at 931-815-9000.
Fall is here, and it's the perfect time for planting. Visit Randall Walker Farms at 8240 Manchester Highway in Morrison, Tennessee. From fresh plants to seasonal favorites, we have everything you need to beautify your home or project this fall. Available for both retail and wholesale. Looking for something sweet? Don't miss out on our delicious frozen blueberries. Stop by and see us 6 days a week, Monday through Friday from 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. and Saturday from 7 a.m. to 12 p.m. For more information, call 931-635-9535 or email rwalkerfarms@benlomond.net. Get ready for fall with Randall Walker Farms, where fall planning begins.
Looking to transform your home? Head over here to Roland Renovations at North Chancery Street in McMinnville. From stunning cabinets and beautiful countertops to durable LVP and hardwood flooring, we've got everything you need. Want to upgrade your bathroom? Check out our amazing shower systems and our stylish shower doors. Here at Roland Renovations, we also specialize in outdoor cabinetry, tile work, full remodels, and installation services. Stop by or call us at 931-743-5479 today. We are open Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. We are closed on Wednesday and Saturday. We are open for appointments only. Don't wait. Revamp your space with us here at Roland Renovations.
Don't know what to eat? Have you tried Cumberland Biscuit Company or Tops Frozen Yogurt and Metro Deli? Down on Main, you can enjoy pizzas and sandwiches, weekly combo specials, soups, salads, and finish it up with Tops Frozen Treats. On the weekends, check out Cumberland Biscuit Company's unique dishes like the Twisted Goat Burger or the Bambushka Burger. For lunch or dinner, get the experience of going out of town right here in McMinnville, down on Main. Follow Tops and Cumberland Biscuit Company on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
Are you ready for your new Ford? Hi, this is Chris at Reddick Brown Ford in Morrison, inviting you to come and visit our dealership with special finance rates on that special Ford truck, Bronco, or SUV that you have been looking for. Plus a great assortment of pre-owned inventory. We are proud to be part of the local community here in Warren County and now offer complimentary pickup and delivery for service. Your Pioneer Sports Ford headquarters, Reddick Brown Ford, Manchester Highway, Morrison. Have you driven a Ford lately?
And we're back. Thank you guys for being with us on Warren First 931. I'm Brian, and I'm going to take over just for a moment for Kelly. And thank you, Reddick Brown, for sponsoring us today with our weather. And we just had a Reddick Brown commercial, and that's a great segue into what we're doing next. With we got Mr. Richard Nash and one of his students here. And Richard, tell us about what you do here at the TCAT.
Okay, here at the TCAT, I'm the automotive technology instructor. What we offer is a 14-month program. During that 14 months, we go over all 8 areas of ASE certification. That's a pinnacle of your careers to be master certified as an automotive technician. We go over and try to get the students ready to go and take those exams to become master certified. We're going to go over all aspects of your automobile, why it starts, why it stops, why your AC is cold, why your heat is hot. And if those components are not working correctly, we're going to diagnose and repair them.
Wow. So an ASE certification is a big thing in the automotive industry as far as being able to be certified, because you can go walk in pretty much any place and get a job. And I know with mechanics, especially here in the greater Warren County area, and even outside, even in Murfreesboro, they're looking for people like yesterday, trying to fill these spots, because we don't have enough people, especially with these certifications, that lets people know, hey, this guy knows his stuff, or this young lady knows her stuff, and they can work on because as technology advances, so does the machinery.
Always changing. Diagnostic is always changing. Yeah.
Oh, and Chris.
Yes.
Hey, great to have you on here. Chris, you are a student here, if I'm correct.
That is correct.
All right, Chris, tell us where you're from and why you decided to get into this program.
Well, I live here in Viola.
Okay.
And, I got into this program because I was wanting to upgrade my knowledge on automotive, because things have changed a lot since I was a young man. You were just bringing that up, with all the electronics and stuff in there now. So, and I came here and I've been learning that, the electronics is a lot more spread out throughout, all the different features of the cars, trucks.
Now, how far into the program are you?
I am a beginner. So
okay, so and you said 14-month program.
14 months. Yeah.
14-month program. So yes. So hey, in a little more than a year, Chris is going to be out there, and somebody's going to snag you real quick and put you to work if you're not working for yourself. Now, did you guys do shade tree mechanic type stuff growing up? Just work on it. What got you interested in automobiles?
I personally did shade tree mechanic because I had to work on my I am a former graduate of TCAT that was in Livingston. I worked as a line tech for 20 years at a local dealership, and then now I've been back here for about 8 or 9 years, just trying to spread the knowledge.
How do you like teaching?
I like it. Yeah.
You get to meet a lot of different people.
Lots of different personalities. Absolutely. that can be good and that can be bad.
can be. We find that out in the public all the time. Well, guys, thank you so much for coming in today. And please contact TCAT if you want to know more about the program. But guys, great job getting out and in demand always, especially in the greater Middle Tennessee area, with Nashville being the center and everything apart because of our interstate system and all the things that we've got. Tons of cars. So guys, thank you so much. Next, we're going to get the welding crew in here and get it. So guys, thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, my welders, come on in. Now, TCAT offers so many different varieties of training, so we're really blessed to have these gentlemen in. Hey, guys, tell us what your name.
I'm Zach Murray. I'm an instructor.
Zach Murray, the instructor.
I'm Robert Peterson.
Robert Peterson, the student. All right. So, Zach, tell us about the program that you're instructing.
So we offer a day and a night program. I teach both of those classes, and it is a 12-hour course, which takes about a year.
Okay.
In that course, we will cover every aspect of welding, all 3 processes: MIG, TIG, stick, go through all our cutting processes, and at the end, they have the option to go outsource a certification or certificates if they would like to. Some jobs don't require that, so we don't push it. But
now, do you get these guys trained to where they can put dimes down? Oh yeah. Now, those of you guys who don't know about welding, it's an inside thing. You got to be a welder to know. But I'm not a welder, but I got a good friend who is one, and he's proud of his work, and he has made a great career living in the greater Memphis area. He's unionized, so he does a lot of union work. And guys, he makes really good money, and he's just a really good dude. Shout out to Philip. But no, so MIG, TIG, and stick welding. So can you briefly tell us what the difference is between those three types of welding?
So stick welding just uses a stick. It's an electrode. It doesn't require any kind of gas. So which is good for any kind of mobility that you need to do. Not have to be constantly chained up to gas all the time. MIG welding, it has a gun that feeds wire through it, and that's the filler metal that it uses. And in TIG, you're doing three things at one time with the foot pedal, the TIG torch, and another filler material.
Now, how far along are you into the program?
I'm sorry, words not my strong suit.
You're good.
2 semesters.
All right.
Yeah, 2 semesters. And this is my last semester.
Oh, congratulations. So what is your plan whenever you get out of the program?
I'm actually coming back to TCAT for machine tooling.
Oh, wow. Well, those things go hand in hand. I mean, because when you're working on processes, man, you get a part, you mill it out, you get it ready to weld it onto another part. I mean, so wow. So I love how that works, and
we work hand in hand together a lot.
Oh, that's
already. I'm playing with fire right now, and then I'll get to play with a big machine. Put stuff together.
And that's why you got to be safe. Safety first, guys, because
definitely
with what you're dealing with, and guys, I'll tell you, this is man's work. And when I shake these guys' hands, it's like they got such strength in their hands, and working with their hands and being able to do this stuff. It's a craft, guys. My daddy was a nurse. I went to nursing school too, but I went here at the VOTEC.
I do have 3 women now in my class.
Oh, you got 3 women.
They perform just as well as anybody
Sometimes
else.
better. They have steadier hands.
Oh,
wow. When I get doing stuff, my hands get a little bit shaky, but them 3 girls I got, I mean, they're real steady hands.
Ladies, see, you learn something new every day. You can do what these guys are doing and possibly better. And so I'm not a sexist, I'm an equal opportunist. So please consider being part of the welding program and the machinery program here at TCAT, because the future is wide open, but we need people who are qualified, who understand the ins and outs. And that's what you guys do. You teach them how not to lose a finger, or burn their britches, or get a spark in the eye, or blind yourself. Yes, exactly. Well, gentlemen, thank you so much. Hey, good luck on what you're going to next with the machinery. And guys, thank you so much for joining us today on Warren First. All right. Now we got Jacob Mantell coming in. Hey, Jacob, how you doing? All right. He's a volunteer student teacher and has taken 3 classes on now and helps for free.
Yes.
Oh, man. Oh, so tell me what your background is.
I started at TCAT in 2020, September 2020, for the industrial electricity program. I went through that program, transferred over to the building construction program, finished that program, transferred to HVAC in Murfreesboro's TCAT, did that program, and come back here to do the residential electrical program.
Oh, wow. So you're going to be a general contractor after it's all said and done with.
We can hope.
Now, Jacob, what got you interested in doing this?
I'm a first-time homeowner, and my home needed a serious electrical upgrade.
Oh, yeah. Well, look, sometimes, and it's like what one of the gentlemen said, Richard, with the auto mechanics, these things are expensive. Owning a home, owning a vehicle, and sometimes you don't have the money to go out and pay somebody to do it because it costs money. These people need to make a living too, so you got to learn how to do it yourself. And so it sounds like that's what you did. Now, where are you from, Jake?
I'm from Arizona originally.
Oh, wow. What brought you here to Warren County?
Oh, I live in Manchester.
Okay. Well, yeah, close enough to the interstate. Yeah. Closer to the interstate for sure. So, man, we're very glad to have you here. And you're helping student teach with these programs. So what classes are you teaching right now?
I'm currently in the residential, commercial, industrial electricity program. My son is in that program as well. And This past trimester, we've had 15 students pass their licensing test.
All right. And your son is here too.
Yes.
That is awesome. Hey, look, and I'll tell you, as a father, I've got little girls, but my dad was a nurse. That's how I got into nursing, and being able to do something with your dad, that's super cool. We had a little girl last night, or a young lady the other night, whose dad was her wrestling coach, or is her wrestling coach, and just to see that they get to do this together, that's awesome that you're getting to do this. Do you have any other children?
I have a son that's in the Marines, and I have a daughter that's out.
Okay, well, hey, maybe she'll get into this because I see these ladies being represented in all this, what typically people refer to as men's work, but now it's everyone's work because, look, their jobs, and you guys are coming out of programs like this, making as much or more than people coming out of college with 4-year degrees. So kudos to you for finding what you like and going back and getting more education on it.
Absolutely.
Hey, do you want to send a shout out to anybody or anything?
I want to shout out to McMinnville TCAT. I love this school.
Hey, you heard it here first, guys, on Warren First. This is a testament to this program and how great it is. The people that are surrounded, because it's all about the people, and it's all about. Look at Jacob's love for what he's doing. He's coming back and teaching for free, so helping out our community by doing that and providing that service to young men and women who want to learn these. Jacob, thank you so much for being on with us today, and we hope to come back and see you again and learn more. I'd love to have you and your son on here and talk about going to school with Dad.
Thank you.
Take care. Good seeing you. Oh, ladies, come on in. Now, these are my nursing students, I take it. All right. Well, listen, ladies.
Melody's going to come in on this one, too.
I graduated from here in 2005.
Wow.
As an LPN, and I went going and bridging and getting my RN, but it is a tough course because, folks, you have to learn everything within a year, and that. When I say everything, you got to learn microbiology, you got to learn A&P, you got to learn all these
medication.
Things. Well, yeah, you got to learn about medications. You got to learn everything on how not to kill somebody because that's what you're doing. You're going in and medicating patients. You're doing procedures on patients. So first off, let's get your names and where you're from. And if you want to say your age, you can say your age. And tell me if you did dual enrollment or anything. So we'll start with this lovely young lady here.
Hi, my name's Mo. I'm from here in Warren County. I was born
Mo?
It's Montserrat, but
that's beautiful.
Yes.
No, there has to be more to that name. That is beautiful.
Thank you. But
did you pick that name out yourself?
No, my father did.
Kudos to that. I mean, that's a great name. Sorry.
But yes, I was born here in Tennessee, and I'm 19. So, yes.
I'm Danica. I'm born and raised here in McMinnville, and I'm 20.
And a wife?
Not yet. I'm engaged. I'm getting married.
You're prepping.
Yes, I'm prepping.
Well, listen, I'm going to tell you, as soon as I graduated, I got a job in Jackson, Tennessee, and married my wife. And and that's why I did this program, because I could get a job that gave me a certain income that I could marry somebody on.
Yeah. It's expensive these days.
Oh, yeah.
Very expensive.
So, Mo, Danica.
My name's Lexi. I'm 22. I'm from Liberty, Tennessee.
All right. Yeah, we know where that is. Highway 70 North, heading up to
very small town.
To Lebanon, yeah. All right. Now, did you guys do a dual enrollment or anything, or did you just decide to be in? What brought you to being in the nursing program here?
I feel like personally to be in the nursing program is a very high honor on everyone, and to know and get this knowledge and then be able to share it with the world and be able to take care of people. For me personally, that's what I wanted to do and help those in need. Yeah.
How about you? What drew you to nursing?
Well, my mom's a nurse, and
Okay.
I work in assisted living, so I've kind of always been drawn to it.
That's a tough place to work.
Yeah, it is, but it's rewarding.
It is very rewarding, but it's heartbreaking It's very difficult. People
It
don't
is.
know how hard it is. And the thing that they always tell you is don't get attached.
Yeah.
But how do you not get
Right.
attached?
Yes.
Right.
How do you be a human and not get attached to these people? I mean, they become
Right.
like family. You're taking care of every single one of their needs.
Mhm.
Anyway, yeah.
And I love all of them.
Danny, I think you and I are kindred spirits because my daddy was a nurse and that's how I got into it
Aw.
too. And then working in hospitals and stuff and seeing because you get prepared. Because some people, did you have any medical background before you got in?
No.
Did you have any medical?
Yes.
Okay, that makes a lot of difference when it comes to touching people. So, Lexi, what got you into it?
I used to help my Nana take care of my grandpa whenever he was sick before he passed away. And so I wanted to just do that. And then I work in a hospital in a psych unit right now.
Where you at?
In Woodbury.
At Stones River?
Yes.
Okay, so I used to work at the behavioral health here at the hospital.
Okay.
So and they've closed it down and sent everything over to Stones River. So some of the nurses that you're working with are people that I used to work with over here. So shout out to Stones River, and that is really hard because they got a geriatric psych there, and look, it's tough work. So ladies, how far are you in the course now?
Ooh, almost done.
Yeah.
Almost done.
She is
So we got
Count
implants
down the
coming up.
Yeah.
Now, what Mo said is it's an honor to be in this because you have to take a test to actually get into the program, and they have limited seats. And so, do they still do a 6-month program and then another class starts 6 months later? Is that how? Because that's the way they used to do. It's still 3 trimesters, right? So the entire year.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, we have our prereqs for A&P and our dosage, and then once you pass that with the 80% in those classes, then you're able to apply and be able to get into the program.
And did I see you guys doing your clinicals at NHC the other day?
Yes,
Yes,
one of
we,
us.
yeah.
Okay.
We've been to NHC, Tullahoma Harton, Trust Point. We go to a bunch of different sites. So we do get a lot of clinical experience.
And what did you think about OB?
Love it.
Everybody loves OB, guys.
Great.
Dealing with those babies, it's wonderful.
And I will say, nothing against doctors, y'all are great, but nurses are the heart of a hospital or a nursing home. I mean, honestly, if the nurses went, that place would be in chaos. People don't realize what they deal with, what they have to see. It's crazy. Diabetic feet. There's nothing to sneeze at. Yes. Toes are falling off. It's awful. It's awful.
Yesterday.
And people don't understand that. They're thinking, oh, it's just a nurse, and they're they get very, very verbally abusive. I'm like, stop that. You have no idea what they've seen today.
Yes.
And I mean, it's such a great profession, and it is so rewarding. But the things you see and the things you deal with and the loss, it's hard. It is.
You definitely have to take care of yourself.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Self-care is important.
And you learned a lot about that when you go through the program, when you start off with your A&P and things like that and go through the systems, you learn things that you never did. And like I said, guys, this is accelerated. This is one of these things that you have to do so quickly. You have to learn so much because you don't want to kill somebody. But you guys are going to be preparing for your NCLEX here soon.
Yes.
And I know you're going to pass them because this school
Thank
has a
you.
high pass rate.
Yes.
So
Yes.
if for some reason you didn't, you keep doing it until you do. But ladies, thank y'all for being on today. And look, I want to encourage you guys. I can't wait to work with you guys when you come when I see you out in the hospital. And I want you to say, hey, Brian, or they call me Santa. Say, hey, Santa, you remember me? Yeah. And so,
sometimes people.
Well, I'm gonna be looking for you.
well, thank you guys so much.
Yeah, shout out. We gotta give a shout out.
Oh yeah, give a shout out.
Shout out to our teachers, Miss Cook, Miss Ann, and Miss Rojas, and our lovely Miss Kim. Like we have a great,
Yes,
Miss Misty. We have a
Miss
great
Reba.
support system. Our clinical
and that's so important is to have instructors who care, who genuinely want you to succeed.
Yes, it's very
and
personal.
who are very patient because it is a lot to learn. It's a lot to learn.
And we're going to keep going. We got a next group coming up here, and we've got the industrial maintenance.
Thank you, ladies, so much.
Thank you.
Industrial maintenance guys. Come on down. Hey, this has been so great. What do you think about this, Melanie, being here at TCAT with these folks?
This is great. We're getting to see all these different occupations. And like you said, I've always told my kids, it's great if you want to go to college, but if you want to just learn a trade, that's great too, because you'll make a lot of money. A lot of these jobs make a lot of money.
All right. Hey, we got to get your face in the shot.
You really just want that chair. You can just play
No, it's okay.
chair. Okay.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, this is Brian Spencer. He is
You want
the
back
instructor for the industrial maintenance program here. Brian, great to have you on today. Tell us a little bit about yourself, about your background, and why you got into teaching this.
I started off as most do that get in this field, grew up around drag tracks, working on cars. Well, as I got up later on in the years, I decided I want to go make money. Well, maintenance is a multi-craft, so you have to learn a little bit of everything.
Oh, yeah.
From doing basic mechanical to electrical to hydraulics to programming computers and just beyond that.
Oh, that's awesome. So how long have you been teaching here?
I've been here about 6 years, and I've been in the industrial maintenance field for 10. Been in the industrial automotive manufacturing world for over 20.
Oh, wow. So that covers a lot of things, and a lot of people don't think
Does
about
not
that.
look like he should have been doing anything for 20 years.
He looks like a student.
He does. I'm like 20 years. When did you start?
No, but he's right. I mean, when you think about keeping a building, or really the heartbeat of the organization is the building itself, and having to make sure that you got to be a plumber, you got to know about the plumbing, the water pressure, and all this stuff. You got to know about the computer systems that regulate the heating and air, and so you got to be HVAC, then electricity, all these things that people just don't think about. Somebody's got to know what's going on.
Yeah, and even one employer I worked at, I have to know how to use a metal lathe, a water jet, AutoCAD, stuff that you wouldn't regularly even think of.
A metal lathe. Wow, that was expensive. Now, who are you and
Aaron Woodley.
Aaron Woodley. Aaron,
Yes,
how are you today?
I'm good. How are yourself?
We're great. We're having a good time being
around here.
Well, we're related through the folks. Now, my Woodley's out in Irving College.
Yes, sir.
All right.
It's a small town, Brian. Everybody's related to everybody unless you're me and you just stumbled in here about halfway through your life.
That's right.
So, Aaron, tell me about where you are in the program and why you decided to do it.
Well, obviously, Brian's my instructor. I started last January, so I've been in there a little bit of time. I wanted to do it because I enjoy it. I love learning how things work. All of my family, my father, everybody else is in that field, and I just really enjoy it. I had a tiny bit of experience behind my belt, so I thought, if I ever go down the road and need any questions, I got Brian. And I got my family as well. Brian's been a great instructor, and yeah. So
you're just sitting there, aren't you?
No, man.
No. So when you're showing these, how big is a class generally?
So I teach the day and the night class. To answer your answer honestly, it's 20 on days and 20 on nights.
Wow, that's a lot of students.
And my program is different than most. Is when I say 20 students, they're on all sections of my program. So I'm literally running around in a circle.
Oh, wow. So it's almost like a restaurant. You got all these different tables, and you're trying to cater and take care of
he may be
everybody there.
working on the program and the computer, and I've got one guy who just started.
So Aaron, what's the plan after you get out of the program?
Well, the plan after the program is to, of course, find a job.
Dominate the field.
Meet great people along the way, learn some things. I'm still young, or at least everyone says that I am. So hopefully I can take from the older and younger and just grow as a person and grow financially and career-wise.
So guys,
that's what you can do.
Yeah, this is the future. He is going to be our next guy. He's going to be in Brian's spot at some point in time, teaching folks about what's going on and how much things have changed. And because we got to master this technology. If anything we've learned today is that technology doesn't stop.
We got to changing. Yeah,
we got to train people to master this and take care of it.
So David, years ago, while we were dating, actually, got his IT degree. By the time he graduated, almost everything he had learned is obsolete, and he was never able to get a job in that field because it just kept moving so much.
David's her husband. So
sorry. I'm going to squirrel an ADD for a minute because I'm absolutely obsessed with this tattoo. This is incredible. This is so unique. I love that.
It's Egyptian god Anubis.
Yeah, I figured it was Anubis, but I've just never seen. Yeah. That's awesome. I'm sorry. That was a really good job.
Well, guys, thank y'all for being on. I think we're going to go to a quick break here, and we got more TCAT students that we want to talk to, and we got a real special message from Mr. Randy England, who's been our host today and allowed us to be here. So, guys, make sure that you keep it first.
I click in it.
No, you're not clicking.
1964 to start Ganton Bolden.
There we
now
go.
it's Gateway Tire and Service Center. He wanted our customers to have the best products and service at a fair price. That was his motto then, and that still stands today. We promise to be upfront and honest with each and every customer. We'll never try to sell something that our customers doesn't need just to make a buck. If that's what makes us different from our competitors, well, we're just fine with that. Come see us today or give us a call at 931-815-9000.
Fall is here, and it's the perfect time for planting. Visit Randall Farms at 8240 Manchester Highway in Morrison, Tennessee. From fresh plants to seasonal favorites, we have everything you need to beautify your home or project this fall. Available for both retail and wholesale. Looking for something sweet? Don't miss out on our delicious frozen blueberries. Stop by and see us 6 days a week, Monday through Friday from 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. and Saturday from 7 a.m. to 12 p.m. For more information, call 931-635-9535 or email rwalkerfarms@benlomond.net. Get ready for fall with Randall Walker Farms, where fall planning begins.
Looking to transform your home? Head over here to Roland Renovations at North Chancery Street in McMinnville. From stunning cabinets and beautiful countertops to durable LVP and hardwood flooring, we've got everything you need. Want to upgrade your bathroom? Check out our amazing shower systems and our stylish shower doors. Here at Roland Renovations, we also specialize in outdoor cabinetry, tile work, full remodels, and installation services. Stop by or call us at 931-743-5479 today. We are open Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. We are closed on Wednesday, and Saturday we are open for appointments only. Don't wait. Revamp your space with us here at Roland Renovations.
Don't know what to eat? Have you tried Cumberland Biscuit Company or Tops Frozen Yogurt and Metro Deli? Down on Main, you can enjoy pizzas and sandwiches, weekly combo specials, soups, salads, and finish it up with Tops Frozen Treats. On the weekends, check out Cumberland Biscuit Company's unique dishes like the Twisted Goat Burger or the Bambushka Burger. For lunch or dinner, get the experience of going out of town right here in McMinnville, down on Main. Follow Tops and Cumberland Biscuit Company on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
Are you ready for your new Ford? Hi, this is Chris at Reddick Brown Ford in Morrison, inviting you to come and visit our dealership with special finance rates on that special Ford truck, Bronco, or SUV that you have been looking for. Plus a great assortment of pre-owned inventory. We are proud to be part of the local community here in Warren County and now offer complimentary pickup and delivery for service. Your Pioneer Sports Ford headquarters, Reddick Brown Ford, Manchester Highway, Morrison. Have you driven a Ford lately?
Go.
And we're back with Warren First 931. We are here at the TCAT Center here in McMinnville, Tennessee. And Millie, tell us who we have.
This is Eden. Eden likes to massage the issues out of people.
We got a lot of issues, don't we?
I'm telling you. There's nothing like a good massage to just release all of that stress.
Absolutely.
So Eden, where are you from?
I'm from Manchester.
Okay. And what brought you to this program?
Well, mainly Miss Tiffany. When I talked to her is when I really decided that this is the program that I wanted to be a part of. I've always been interested in anatomy and how the body works. And then just talking to her and realizing the different paths you can take with massage therapy is what really solidified my decision to come to the program.
Now, how long is this program?
It's 8 months roughly, so 2 trimesters, and it's 650 hours.
Okay. And so do you work on people as far as like in the instructional period?
Yeah, so in the first 8 weeks, we learn how to do a basic like Swedish massage, which is just what you think of when you think of a massage.
Yes.
And then after that, if we pass our midterm, of course, which is the Swedish massage, then we can start taking clients. So that's just people in the community will come in. Obviously, it's a discounted rate, and they'll just get massages.
Now,
so how do we get to be volunteer for the person that gets to have the exam done to her?
Well, anyone 18 or older can come and get a massage. They're $20 for an hour-long session.
That's an incredible deal, guys. I'm going to tell you right now.
$20.
David, are you listening to this in the gym? Because I'm thinking, sorry, Mary.
Absolutely, yeah.
And so what are your plans after this program?
I'm fortunate enough, my mom is a massage therapist also.
Second generation.
There we
I
go. So I'm going to be working in her clinic in Manchester. But I know there's a lot
name
of
drop, girl. Push mama's stuff.
Well, It's kind of complicated because we also own a martial arts school, so she operates in a room out of that. So
well, drop a name.
It's Transformation Wellness and Martial Arts.
Oh, there you go. Okay, in Manchester.
Now, with martial arts, and you see this from Joe Rogan to all the MMA guys and everybody who works in jiu-jitsu, whenever they finish working out, deep tissue massage is like a big thing. Yeah. So if all my sports people,
we have a great business model. Break them down and then build them back up.
There you go. I like it.
So my husband has permanent whiplash. He got rear-ended 4 times in a year. Oh, wow. It was awful when he was younger.
Sorry,
so
baby.
but he loves it because that massage just really helps. Yes. And people don't realize how beneficial that is. I'm a big supporter of chiropractic medicine, but also massaging AccuDetox, all of that natural stuff, not to put our medical people out of work, but I mean it really
it's great holistic
therapeutic.
Together.
Absolutely.
And look, that's what we want. We want happy wholeness, wellness. Well, Eden, thank you so much for being on with us.
Thank you guys.
Yeah, and it's a pleasure to meet you. And what's the name of that place out of Manchester again?
Transformation Wellness and Martial Arts.
Transformation Wellness and Martial Arts.
Shout out to Mom. You got a great kid. You picked a great name. You did good, Mom.
Thank you, Eden.
Thank you,
and
guys.
I guess we got next Mr. Charles Priest coming in.
Yes. He's the financial aid administrator. And this is the last. We've cleared the hallway.
Here, have a seat. You get right here in the middle here. All right. Hey, Mr. Priest, how you doing today?
Nice to meet you.
Now,
Nice to meet you.
You're not the gentleman who messaged us about.
Yeah, that was me.
Oh, yes. So we can actually go down on the Charles Faulkner Bryan train. We'll get to that in a moment, and we'd love to have you tell us more about that. We'd love to have you come back and do a special segment. So
you tell me when.
Oh, that would be awesome. Listen, I am pushing.
You need to fill the rest of us in, Brian, because you're in your own little thing.
On the Warren First Facebook, he sent us a message and it talked about Charles Faulkner Bryan, Tennessee's greatest musician ever from here in Warren County. So we need to celebrate that. And I love Dottie West. I love Uncle Dave Macon. But when it comes to music and probably the greatest musician, I think it's Charles Faulkner Bryan.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and he put this town on the map musically.
Yes, he did. So we'll save that. We'll put a pin in that, as they say.
Oh, so he knows some stuff about him.
Yes. And he can give us a full, detailed background about him. Because did you say that you've written papers on?
I was actually a college music professor before I started doing this. And Brian was my dissertation subject, so I wrote a doctoral dissertation on it.
That's awesome. Well,
sneak peek of coming soon to a Warren First podcast near you. We will do that.
I'll be glad.
It's a small world. I'm glad. But Mr. Priest, tell us about your role here at the TCAT.
I am the financial aid administrator. What I do is I connect students with their financial aid opportunities to pay for school, making sure all the paperwork is in order. Basically, I make sure the computers are happy talking to each other so that students get the aid they're eligible for.
And tell us about the type of students that you work with. What do you see?
Over 90% of our students get some form of financial aid. There's really 3 categories. Occasionally, there will be someone who's not eligible for anything. Either they've got too much money in the bank or they've already used up eligibility, but it's a very small group. Some students have financial aid that will pay for part of their costs here. Some students have financial aid that pays for all of it or more. And that's a large percentage of our students. And this financial aid works for students who are right out of high school all the way up to students who are retired and they're going back to learn something new.
That's what I was going to ask.
And it's available for them.
It's never too late to start a new career path. If you've hit a brick wall, you're looking for a new direction, go back to school, learn a new trade.
And one of the things that we've seen is that technology does not stand still. And these folks are standing in between the gap of what the old, I hate to say this, but older technology to what's coming on, what's hitting right now, the wave of the future.
It is all of our instructors, Rand England in Machine Tool, he is in connection with all of the machinist jobs and the industries that are using those students that come out of here. He knows what they're demanding. He knows what technology is on the horizon and what new demands are going to be made by industry. And he's working to train our students to do that. And each one of our instructors has those connections to industry to help prepare those students.
So what do students need to do if they want to look into a program and they want to find out about financial aid? Do they have to fill out a FAFSA? Or
Yeah, it's the FAFSA. It's the free application for federal student aid. And it's a uniform application process, whether you're going to TCAT, Motlow, NTSU, or even Harvard. It's the same uniform application. It's done online.
And there's actually a QR code over here on the board, and we'll get a picture of that and put it up online.
Yes.
So people have access.
That will take you to the link. It's studentaid.gov, and the student creates an account. And if they are under 24, it's going to require a parent as well. Okay. And they fill out the information. It establishes two things. It's establishing your identity because there's someone else with your same name. And then it's establishing your financial situation. If you are a multimillionaire, you're probably not going to get anything. But if you're like me, your bank account's closer to zero some days than a million.
That paycheck to paycheck life,
you're more likely to be eligible. And it provides us all of that information. And then when the student enrolls here, then I take that information and I enter in how many hours they're enrolled for and what they're eligible for, and the computer system automatically applies all those benefits to the student.
See, it's amazing to me how quickly it's because my kids have a 7-year age gap. There's a 7-year age difference. And my daughter, right before 2020, I want to say, she went into the FAFSA form because she was under 24. I ended up getting drugged into it. And I mean, she didn't even live in the same city as us, but anyway, and it was a lot of process. So then now my son's 18 and he said FAFSA and I started shaking. I was like, not again.
We all have that twist.
Yeah. But let me tell you something. It was a whole lot easier this time because now I didn't have to go find IRS documents. It's all
linked together.
Yeah.
It
was so much easier. I'm like, piece of cake.
There was federal legislation called the FAFSA Simplification Act.
Oh, nice.
Somebody else figured out this was ridiculous.
And it used to be a big paper form. When I went to college in '88, a long time ago, uphill both ways.
Yeah.
It was a paper form you filled out, took forever, lots of questions. When it transitioned to online, it was still a lot of questions. But the new FAFSA is much shorter. If you've got everything ready to go, you can do it in 10 minutes and it's done.
And that's what I did. That's what I did. And because I was like, my son's like, Mom, you have to do this. I'm like, I don't want to. I'm like, please don't make Mommy do this. But then I finally did it. I did it over Christmas break. I might have poured a drink beforehand. I'm not going to confirm that, but it was so much easier. I'm like, why did I even stress about this? This is nothing. This is so simple.
And it is complicated for some people that have never interacted with this before. It may be the year 2025, but we still have a lot of people that just do not do computers.
Oh, absolutely.
And the more I do computers, the more I understand their viewpoint on it.
Yes.
But what we tell people is if you are an incoming student and you need help doing your FAFSA, you come to my office. We've got a computer there specifically for that, and I'll walk you through it. That's part of what we do to help people get that done. We've even helped students that are going to other schools. They just are convenient and they come here for help, and we'll
I will say, like the Ayers Foundation at the high school, they have been a godsend. They are incredible, and I'm imagining kind of that's what you do here, something along those lines, where you just help to guide them through it, so there's not alone.
We overlap with the Ayers Foundation, and for them, the Tennessee Achieves people. With the Ayers Foundation, one of the things they do is they work directly with high school students to get that transition to college taken care of, to smooth the way and give them guidance. Part of that is they have FAFSA nights, where they say, come on in, bring your parents, we'll do your FAFSA, and they always invite me, and I go over there, and that's just one more person that helps doing it and helps me interact with students. I meet a lot of our incoming students at the high school through an Ayers Foundation event.
So you may run into my child at some point.
Now, do we have nights like that for young people who are planning on going to TCAT or planning on going into the work field?
We are planning on doing some. I just don't have any scheduled yet. Usually what we do is if you're a prospective student, you do an application that creates your name in the computer system. Until you do that, you're just someone walking by on the street. But once you do that application, you go, oh, here's this person. I immediately check and say, do they have a FAFSA? If they don't, then I contact them, say, here's how you do it. If you need help, come see me. And we try to get that one-on-one connection at the beginning and get that stuff done ahead of time rather than wait, because, and this is very important, if you are going to go to school starting in January, you don't want to wait until December to do your FAFSA, because sometimes there is an error, sometimes there's conflicting information, and I have to resolve that, and we have to make corrections, and that takes time. And if it's not corrected, we can't provide any financial aid. So we encourage people to do that early on. It's much easier than it used to be.
So here's something else I want to clarify. A former friend of mine, and I may have misunderstood, and that's why I want to clarify. She had gotten funding or scholarships or I don't know, something when right after she got out of high school, ended up not going or not using all of it. And now she's got kids and they're grown, and she just looked and she still had those, and she was able to go back to school and still use them.
Yes, it depends on the fund for which you're eligible.
Yeah, I want to say it was Tennessee Promise, but I'm not positive.
Yeah, there's a common myth, and this even goes back to when I was teaching in the performing arts. We would see students looking for full ride scholarships. They do exist, but that's not the typical experience. It's as if you're planting your front yard, you're putting a few blades of grass here, a few blades here, and so on. The financial aid is a package, comes from multiple sources.
Yeah.
The biggest source we have access to is the Pell Grant, and that comes through the Department of Education. It's based primarily on the financial situation, but also, if you've got 12 kids at home, you've got a greater financial need than if you have no kids at home.
Yeah.
So it bases some of that. An example, a full-time student here pays $1,440 for a trimester, 4 months. The full-time Pell Grant for that same amount.
That's honestly not that bad. I'm sorry.
It's not bad at all.
No.
But the Pell Grant for that same period is over $2,400.
Oh.
Which means you have money coming back that you can use for books, tools,
wonderful,
all kinds of things, because there's more to the cost of attendance than just books.
Oh,
and
absolutely.
tuition.
And that's what I've been trying to explain to Matthew, my son. I'm like, you don't understand. Textbooks are like hundreds of dollars. This isn't like a $20 book at Barnes and Noble. I mean,
and I always tell people, if you wanted to come to TCAT to get out of reading a textbook, this is the wrong move.
Yeah.
The welding textbook is that thick.
Oh my gosh.
To kill a small animal with it.
Yeah.
The truck driving textbook, same thing. And the reason for that is there is a lot of theory behind this. These are STEM fields. Everything here is science and technology based. The difference is you're much more likely to smash your thumb or cut your finger in the process of doing this, because you're working with live machinery, live tools, just like you would in industry.
Yeah.
But there is what we would call book learning behind all of that, because you don't just know what to do, you know why it's important and how it's to be done right. Now, back on the financial aid, in addition to the Pell Grant, that's available throughout your life as long as you do not use all of your eligibility up. We have another one called the Wilder Navy Technical Skills Grant. That pays for a full-time student $667. Remember, it's only $1,440 to go to school full-time.
Yeah.
So that's around 48% of that full-time student.
Yeah.
And that is only available at TCAT. You cannot go to Motlow and get the same scholarship to study
awesome,
the same thing.
Yeah.
We also have got, for students right out of high school who do their community service hours, we have Tennessee Promise.
Mm-hmm.
That pays the last dollar. If you've got $50 left in tuition, it'll pay that last $50. But you have to do the eligibility requirements, including community service and things like that. For independent students, someone who's been out of high school for a while and they will come back to school, we have what's called TCAT Reconnect. And that will pay the last dollar amount up to the full tuition. It will not go over that. So if you're in automotive and you've got a big set of tools you need to buy, it's not going to help with that. But TCAT Reconnect will pay that tuition.
Nice. Well, there's so many things, and it's nice to have somebody that's here that you can just come on down, meet with the folks here, fill out an application, fill out your FAFSA, get all the things, all the questions answered. And change, and that's what I've noticed about these instructors and about people like you. You're changing people's lives in our community. You're changing their family trees.
It does.
Teaching them these skill sets where they can go off and get jobs that they may not have been able to get in the past because of lack of funding or a myriad of different reasons. But Mr. Priest, thank you so much for coming on today.
Nice to meet
and the pleasure's all mine, and I can't wait to have him back.
Yes,
I'm
excited.
I'm pushing for a Charles Faulkner Bryan Day or a.
I worked with the Heritage Alliance Museum for a while, and there was all kinds of stuff in there, and I'm like, wait a minute, this guy had going on. Why are we not talking more about him? There needs to be more,
You just let me know and I'll be available.
Okay. Well, thank you so much. I think we're going to take one more break here right before we finish up with Mr. Randy England. And guys, it's been a blast being out here at TCAT today. We've been so fortunate to have so many young and older and all kinds of people in between come and be with us and tell us their life story. So thank you. So keep it first on Warren First.
Both. Now it's Gateway Tire and Service Center. He wanted our customers to have the best products and service at a fair price. That was his motto then, and that still stands today. We promise to be upfront and honest with each and every customer. We'll never try to sell something that our customers doesn't need just to make a buck. If that's what makes us different from our competitors, well, we're just fine with that. Come see us today or give us a call at 931-815-9000.
Fall is here, and it's the perfect time for planting. Visit Randall Walker Farms at 8240 Manchester Highway in Morrison, Tennessee. From fresh plants to seasonal favorites, we have everything you need to beautify your home or project this fall. Available for both retail and wholesale. Looking for something sweet? Don't miss out on our delicious frozen blueberries. Stop by and see us 6 days a week, Monday through Friday from 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. and Saturday from 7 a.m. to 12 p.m. For more information, call 931-635-9535 or email rwalkerfarms@benlomond.net. Get ready for fall with Randall Walker Farms, where fall planning begins.
Looking to transform your home? Head over here to Roland Renovations at North Chancery Street in McMinnville. From stunning cabinets and beautiful countertops to durable LVP and hardwood flooring, we've got everything you need. Want to upgrade your bathroom? Check out our amazing shower systems and our stylish shower doors. Here at Roland Renovations, we also specialize in outdoor cabinetry, tile work, full remodels, and installation services. Stop by or call us at 931-743-5479 today. We are open Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. We are closed on Wednesday, and Saturday we are open for appointments only. Don't wait. Revamp your space with us here at Roland Renovations.
Don't know what to eat? Have you tried Cumberland Biscuit Company or Tops Frozen Yogurt and Metro Deli? Down on Main, you can enjoy pizzas and sandwiches, weekly combo specials, soups, salads, and finish it up with Tops Frozen Treats. On the weekends, check out Cumberland Biscuit Company's unique dishes like the Twisted Goat Burger or the Bambushka Burger. For lunch or dinner, get the experience of going out of town right here in McMinnville, down on Main. Follow Tops and Cumberland Biscuit Company on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
Are you ready for your new Ford? Hi, this is Chris at Reddick Brown Ford in Morrison, inviting you to come and visit our dealership with special finance rates on that special Ford truck, Bronco, or SUV that you have been looking for. Plus a great assortment of pre-owned inventory. We are proud to be part of the local community here in Warren County and now offer complimentary pickup and delivery for service. Your Pioneer Sports Ford headquarters, Reddick Brown Ford, Manchester Highway, Morrison. Have you driven a Ford lately?
Sure. Let's go.
Sure, doll face.
Let's
Welcome back to Warren First 931. I'm your host of the show, Kelly Walker Slaughter, alongside my amazing co-host.
It's Melody again.
And of course, Brian had to step out just for a quick bit, but we are going to do wrap it up with two things. We're going to make sure Randy England gets in here to talk about some stuff, and especially some projects that he's involved in. And then we're going to have our young adult correspondent, Madeline Stubblefield, is going to come in and start teasing about the big show coming up this Saturday.
Yes.
So I cannot wait for her to dabble in. And I want to say thanks to everybody that has commented, shared, liked, subscribed today. This is why we do our show, to show the community that what our young adults are doing here in this community. Like you see us, like you see me, Randy, Melody, and Brian out in the community, but there is a huge following of young adults that is about to take over. And I think it's amazing. And Randy gets to see it every day.
Every day.
So talk a little bit about it.
Well, let's first say, for those of you who do not know Mr. England here, he is one of our commissioners. He is District 8. Oh, I was about to say 6, 8, District 8. So he is one of our, not only does he keep things in line over here at TCAT, but he also helps to keep the county in line.
I do. I serve on a lot of committees. I'm the machine tool technology teacher here. Been here, let's see, 11 years just about it.
Wow.
And I've been here a long time. It's funny. I came to school here right out of high school. The company in Spencer was moving down here from Michigan. I applied, got a job, went up there, stayed there 32 years and come back to school.
Isn't that crazy?
The same place. So I'm now teaching the same place I started. Ain't that crazy?
You made a full circle.
And so I'm a county commissioner. This is, I think, my 6th year or something like that. And, for the second term. I was a commissioner back in the 90s for one term. But I like being a commissioner. I serve on a lot of committees. I serve on the jail oversight committee. I work with Sheriff Matheny a lot with him. I serve on the Highway and Bridge Committee. Just a footnote, the storm we just had, the snow, our great men that works over there, and we've got a couple of ladies. We put 110 tons of salt out. And,
wow.
And it has
We were talking to Levy Glenn yesterday.
It has been replenished, and so we've got that. Let's see what else I serve on. I serve on the Safety Committee, which deals with making sure we have ambulances and things. We've got down to the point we're better now, but a couple of years ago we couldn't find chassis to build ambulances. We got on I started researching different ones. I found 2 in, I believe they're in New Mexico, and we had to go all the way out there just to get chassis. And it was crazy. And but that's the things we do behind the scene. People don't know, but we want our employees to have good equipment. And I don't want somebody to have a bad ambulance, or I don't want our workers at the Warren County shed to have a bad dump truck or anything of that nature. I also serve for the sanitation department, make sure that Josh, he's doing a great job over there.
Yeah, he is.
And he's doing a great job. So I'm very, very busy. And I still work for Donald Hillis, and I'm his auctioneer.
Oh,
I
did
Man
not
of many
know.
hats, man.
Yeah, I've been with Donald ever since he's been in business. And
I don't know him very well, but I adore his mama. She is a sweetheart.
And we do that. And then, just stay busy, very busy at our church. I go to the Pearls of Christ Church up in there in College area, very busy.
Shout out.
Yeah, to that. And then, and real quick, we're having our food drive this Saturday.
Okay.
11 o'clock. If anybody needs food, come see us. It's free.
At Pearls of Christ
11
at 11 o'clock. And him, and there's a couple other places, Mr. Perry does also a food ministry out in the Rock Island area, or Campaign area, I should say.
Hopefully within this next year that will not be needed as much as it has been.
But I will tell you, talking with some of my friends and family members and just acquaintances, right now with this cold weather and shutting some stuff down, and with TVA asking, to conserve energy, this is cutting into people's pay.
It is.
And there is nothing wrong if you need help. That's what this is for. They're not going to card you. They're not going to be like, well, why do you need the food? There's not a Q&A.
I don't care if you come in there with a Cadillac that costs $100,000 if you need food.
Yeah, it happens. There's bad months. Yes.
I know back when I was 20 years old and pregnant, and this was in Eastern Tennessee, the only way we could have gotten food from a food bank is if we were on food stamps. Let that sink in.
Yeah,
and I
that's
never
how it used to
understood
be.
that. And I'm like,
where's your card? They would always say, where's your card? Yep. I'm like, what?
Yeah, I'm like, why do I need? To me, food banks like the step before you need food stamps.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, with this happening, this has kind of led me into what I'm going to speak about next. But I'm going to give one shout out. If I don't,
it's okay.
I couldn't do all this if I didn't have an awesome wife.
Yes, she's amazing.
And she's working, and her name's Neva, and she's working out at Redmond's Carpet. I give them a shout out. But
Neva, love you, boo boo.
But anyway, she's my support all the way.
She's your rock.
She's your rock and your shelter. That's
Ball
how it
and
should
chain,
be.
the good old ball and chain, literally.
Yeah.
Not in the bad way either.
But it's good that you appreciate her and know you recognize everything that she does. And
now I feel like I need to give a shout out to my husband. And you need to give a shout out to your boat, boo.
He's right there. He's fine.
But
I love you, David. Thank you for
to
doing
the-
all that you do.
Thank you to the husband for driving the mom taxi since my kids got the school. They got my car at school.
Well, reason why I wanted after our TCAT meeting today, I wanted to have a few minutes is when the floods came through and the hurricanes came through and it hit eastern Tennessee and mainly in the North Carolina and the mountains over there around, Asheville.
Appalachia, the whole.
It's bad.
When it all happened, we, even Warren County, but everybody across Tennessee, everywhere, they started taking tractor and trailers of water, food, clothes. They built a clothes closet out of a trailer. And Stephen Helton took that up there with his semi, and people can go in there and get clothes.
Prater closet.
That's right. And so there's been so much. Well, now we're about 3 months, and people just kind of forgot about them.
Yeah.
And that's not bad.
I think what it is that it was supposed to be temporary service until the government could get in there and help, and then nobody came. So everybody thought, okay, we've done what we can to tide them over. Help's been there. They're good now, but they're not. Help never came.
No.
So I watch a guy on YouTube. His name's John Ward. He's called the Appalachian Man. And I've just been following him. And he did a Christmas toy drive, or bring toys for the kids that were all affected at the Maggie Valley. Yeah, a lot of people will remember the Ghost Town in the Sky amusement park.
I went in there so bad just to photograph.
And I get to go. But anyway, I'll tell you that in a minute.
Oh, I'm about to hitch a ride.
And,
I've been trying to get in there for so long.
But anyway, they used the parking lot down there. And when they did his event, he just put the call out and said, hey, people came from everywhere bringing bicycles and toys. And these kids went home with that pile of stuff. Because remember, they don't got nothing.
They have nothing.
Well, anyway, I started emailing him and saying, hey, what can I do to help? What can I do to help? I just felt like that God wanted me to help them. And I didn't know what. He said, we got plenty of water. They've got more clothes and they know what to do with. Right now, food is okay. And he said, I just don't know. So I dwelt on it. And he said, I've got a guy that has opened up his farm. Now, you got to remember, farms that we're thinking of here in Warren County, flat farms, nursery. Over there, it's mountains. There's no flat land. It's up and down everywhere. There's no flat land. So he said, the guy's opened up his farm and he's got campers on it, and said, it's something to see and they need some help. Well, me and my wife, we're big RVers. We go all the time and we love it. So I was in bed sleeping, thinking. I woke myself up and I believe that God told me to help them with propane.
Yep.
I never thought about it. So I made some phone calls, got a hold of them, and I said, what can I help you with? And they said, we're at this campground. We've got 63 campers, 142 people here, and we don't have no propane.
Wow.
They said all the companies around here are out, because not only are they out, but see, they service everybody that lives there. Well, they can't get propane. And
these people are using this to keep warm.
That's
we talked about this a couple months ago.
And to cook.
They're sleeping in tents. In this, how cold it was outside. And there's people living in tents. They're using this to try to keep warm.
So this gentleman, I'll talk really fast here, but this gentleman was, as the waters were receding, he was at a church helping. His name is James Lunsford. He's just a typical everyday guy like we are, just a good old guy, retired. He went down to help at the Methodist church. They had done some things. He was drinking a cup of coffee. The lady comes out and says, hey, we got 2 families that's been displaced, but their families have gave them a camper to live in, but they got nowhere to put it. James says, come on, I'll take them to he calls it his little farm. And you remember, it's on a hill. So he gets them in there and they had no water, no electric, but they had a generator. And they hauled them water. Well, 2 days later, the lady calls James back and says, hey, can you take 2 more? 2 turned into 4. 4 turned into 26. 26 turned into 63. And yesterday, I had a call with them yesterday, and they're moving 2 more in, so about 65. Wow. And they're in there just like this. They're just like
they're butt to butt.
Oh, yeah. It's the most. Anyway,
packed in like sardines at this point.
So I told him that James Ward, the Appalachian Man, he's having an event on the 15th of February. He's calling it a Valentine Kids Day, and he's having it again at Maggie Valley at the Ghost Town in the Sky parking lot. And so I told him that I would come and set some tables up, and we're going to take some things and give to the kids. I'm going to take basketballs, footballs, soccer balls, some frisbees. We're going to take maybe some candy and maybe some pudding cups and fruit cups and stuff like that. Well, anyway, he said, can you bring these people some propane? So I made contact with James again. He said, yeah, I could use propane. He said, I'm okay right now. I said, well, I'm coming up there on the 15th. Well, a week ago Sunday, after church, I had discussed this with our pastor at our church. They thought it was a great idea. I come home. Let me back up. I called another pastor, and I shout out to Urban College's preacher, Brother Ryan. And Brother Ryan said, let me make a phone call, and I'll call you back. There's a gentleman here in Warren County. He wants to remain anonymous.
Yeah.
It works at one of our propane gas companies. And he called me back and he said, if you can get the tanks, I'll donate you 800 gallons right here in Warren County.
That's great.
So I was sitting there after church and I told Neva, I said, let's do a Facebook Live. I want to tell these people that I need some empty tanks. Well, my mind was I was going to take 100 tanks up there, be done, shake your hand, God bless you, and leave.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, it's gone. It's just like,
which is great.
It's gone. I mean, I can't hardly control it.
Yeah.
So immediately got off my phone, and people started texting me from Raleigh, North Carolina to down in Alabama to, I mean, it's just like, can we Venmo? Can we do this? What can we do? I mean,
that's
and
incredible.
I was like, some of them were needing, they were needing these adapters that adapts your 20 pound down to the 1 pound so they could run the little buddy heaters.
Mm-hmm.
So I put that out. The guy from Raleigh, North Carolina, texted me, says, I got 20 coming your way. He said, what's your address? They come. Amazon dropped them off my back door. I mean, another guy says, I got 5 coming your way. Got that. I mean, I'd come home of days and they'd be propane tanks all in my backyard. Neva would say, I got to drive the truck to work because I've got propane tanks. I mean, they just start just coming out.
Yeah.
So
coming out of your ears, man.
So I called James back up there in North Carolina to see how things were going. And he said, can you bring me a propane now? He said, we're out. I said, yes. So I didn't tell nobody. I didn't really get on Facebook or nothing of that nature. So last week I was able, with a lot of donations. There's another story, and I'm not trying to take your time.
No, this is your time. Go forth, man.
I had a gentleman that donated me $1,800 to buy propane.
Wow.
So my neighbor, Anthony Titsworth, and his wife, Judy, I put them on the hunt last Friday. I did what I could Thursday because I had to work. Friday afternoon, we were able to have 59 tanks full of propane, and we didn't even touch our 800 gallons yet.
Not at all.
Oh, I ain't even touched it yet.
Yeah.
So Stephen Helton had been gathering some items, and he had a lot of stuff, and he asked if he could throw it on the trailer. So we took it like toilet paper and paper towels and some of that kind of stuff. So me and Anthony took off last Saturday about 5 o'clock, and we drove to Waynesville, North Carolina. There's not an easy way to get there.
No, there's not.
You said it was all back roads.
It's all back roads.
It's beautiful.
No,
but it's not easy.
No interstate. It's all back roads. And there's one section that you better have gas. I mean, because there's nowhere to get gas.
Yep.
Now, when we got to Waynesville, it's a very low income town. Now they do have gasoline. It was easy to get gas, but all the propane places that are down through there, and they just got out. They can't get them. Well, we got over to Waynesville. We went to this campground, this makeshift campground, no electricity. I mean, I was standing right there in mud. Mud, it was about 3 inches deep. I was standing there in mud. My truck's not 4-wheel drive. They said, you're going to get stuck. I did not. I think at that moment, God put my truck in 4-wheel drive. But anyway, we unloaded the tanks. They are so gracious. They're just so gracious. It's something that I can't, it's hard for me to explain.
You can't imagine.
These people were living, like one older lady was living under a bridge in a tent with a little buddy heater, and when they found her, and I'm guessing she's 80 years old, and they brought her over there and put her in a camper, and she's got a warm place to sit. She's got a coffee maker, and she's got somewhere she can cook a can of soup, and she's as happy as she can be.
Yeah.
The problem is there's no running water on this property. They're having to tank it in. It's becoming some problems with hygiene because they're having to take baths with bottled water. Kind of hard to do.
Which is probably cold.
And they have a guy and his wife he's a chef. He's one of these guys that's I guess you call him a pit master. He has a barbecue and they travel around. Him and his wife have come in and they're cooking one hot meal a night, but their arrangements for cooking is terrible. It's under a tent. It's terrible. No running water. It's they washing with cold water. They're feeding about 143 people a day one good hot meal.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of terrible.
Yeah.
Well, I just went blank. The cars, the electric cars, the Teslas. Tesla has got a solar power pack that will run a house, and they sent it and gave it to them. They got it set up last Thursday. I got to see it. They had 2 deep freezers and 3 refrigerators hooked to it by their little where they store food, and it didn't even budget. I mean, it was sitting there. It didn't even budget the batteries or the power pack. Didn't even budget. So they was very fortunate to get that. One of the church organizations, and now if I tell you, I'm gonna tell you the wrong one. They brought in a trailer that's got showers in it. It's got a washer and dryer. I think it's got 2 washers and 2 dryers, but they have no septic system there yet, so they won't let them hook it up. They have no water there yet, but they was able to get to a spring. They're going to spring feed it.
Okay.
They're trying to get their water. I mean, see, all this happened so fast, and this guy just started sticking them in there, and now it's going to be long term.
Yeah.
They had a footer poured for a building, and they're going to build a cookhouse. The county has agreed to let them do that. And they're going to build, I think it's a 20 by 24, I believe. Don't hold me to that. And they're going to put in their stuff where they can cook. And then they're going to put it in to-go trays and take it to each camper and make sure a family gets one good hot meal. They can put their refrigerators in there and see this power pack will run it.
Yeah.
So what people don't know in Warren County is I took all this propane up there, and we're going to take more. But I had a conference call. Today's Thursday.
Yeah, Thursday.
I had a conference call Tuesday with them, and their conference call is John Ward, the owner, another guy sitting in their Suburban, and me in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
They have got a group of men, I think they said from Georgia or South Carolina, that's going to come in and build this building for them. And it's just real simple.
Yeah.
So, tell you how good Warren County is. I pledged that we, Warren County, we're going to buy 2 propane gas stoves with ovens. I'm buying their on-demand propane hot water heater.
Oh.
I'm buying their stainless steel table to work off of, and all of their utensils, spoons, and commercial. And I've got monies to do that from right here
in Warren County.
In Warren County. That's about probably about close to $3,000 probably.
Yeah.
And so, you know, we're going to be able to do that for them here in Warren County, and they're going to put a bigger gas tank, you know, that way they can be able to cook, and they'll have somewhere where it's warm and what have you. It's not going to happen. I'm hoping it'll happen fast. But we're going to take our supplies up there we're going to be up there on the 14th, 15th, and 16th of February. We hope to get there late on the 14th of February, get up early on Saturday morning, go over there to the campground. My wife then wants to minister to the ladies and anybody. I hadn't told, I've got some people going from our church, from our group. If they hear it here, I ain't told them yet, but I think that we can pull off going over there and actually fixing them breakfast.
Yeah.
I think I can pull it off because I love to cook.
Yes, you do.
And I believe I can pull it off.
And when you have an idea, you see it through.
And I've got that in my head right now. It woke me up last night at 1 o'clock, and I sat on the couch doodling. And then, I woke Neva up this morning, and she said, "You can't do that." And I said, "I can too." And she says, "Yeah, you can." So anyway.
Well, Randy, David and I, we have a 12-foot enclosed trailer. If you guys need an extra trailer to haul stuff, let us know. You're welcome to borrow it.
You and about.
Okay, so everybody else is saying it too.
Everybody else is wanting to bring it, but I mean, it won't quit. Like it's still like this week. Day before yesterday, Neva come home. She said, "Guess how much I collected today?" People coming by. She had $1,500. Wow. We're talking about people just coming by saying, "We want to help. We want to help."
That just makes me feel so good about people. There are days where I've just completely given up on society and I feel like we've completely lost our way. But then there are days like today where I'm like, okay, they're still out there.
Now,
you just have to look a little harder.
Warren County, I've been, as Kelly will tell you, and I have done benefit auctions. I've been an auctioneer since about 1989 or something around there. I've done hundreds, maybe thousands of benefits in Warren County, and people turn out to help.
They do.
And they make good money to help whatever family.
It's not small donations. It's always been
it's always been good. And I have always tried to make money. I use my talents auctioneering, traveling across the United States, raising money for child abuse prevention. I'll be going at the end of February to Jackson, Tennessee to try to raise money for child abuse prevention. I go and I don't charge nobody. I try to help when I do. Well, when this came on my mind to do this, I didn't know what I was getting into, but it's
involved.
It is involved. These people are very low income. They don't have a lot to begin with. They're very uneducated.
And let me, we talked about this before. Let me reemphasize this. You have to understand, nobody expected there to be a flood in the mountains of North Carolina. Homeowners insurance, even us, we can't put flood on our homeowners insurance. It's just not an option because who thinks about that happening? So all of this happened. There's no insurance to get their houses back because it's considered a flood and that's not part of the policy. So, I mean, they're just basically starting over from nothing.
Anthony Titsworth was with me, and one thing we got to do is this guy, James, put us in his Suburban, took us to the town down there, and we seen on the walls of the buildings about 12 foot high were the mud.
It's wild.
It's just all the businesses are shut down for the most part. Their fire department, they were able to get their fire trucks out and get them up on the hill, but it did flood, but they've been able to get it back open. And so we could still have fire. But he took us down around the river area, and there is still trailers, houses.
Roofs.
Just,
I mean,
and
like the trash of the homes. I don't want to call it trash.
And the reason why.
Yeah, the remnants of the former life.
And they are not allowed to burn it. Like you would think, well, let's just push it up, burn it.
No, because
it's toxic.
So let's bring that back up.
And it's toxic, but it's been rolled in sewage. It's been rolled, and if you burn that, it goes. So it has to be buried. That's going to be
which is why even here in Warren County, you're only supposed to burn tree branches and stuff. Burning your trash is actually illegal and is like a $5,000 fee here in Warren County for those who don't know. So if you don't do it, especially don't do it if you've ticked off your neighbors.
But now I'll tell you one pitiful thing I seen that really struck home with me.
Yeah.
We went by, and all these mobile homes are already kind of rough. And I'm not trying to be very gentle here, but he stopped us at these two in particular, and he said these two were underwater and they didn't move. They just was underwater. He said when they receded, these families had nowhere to go. And so both of them helped each other. They went in there and shoveled the mud out, pulled the carpet out, put some fans in there and let it dry, and they're living in it. And he said, we're satisfied it's full of mold. We're satisfied that it is, but he said they're living in it because they've got nowhere to go.
I mean, what else are you going to do? You're just stuck in the situation.
On my way home Saturday night, I got home, and it's about a 15-hour turnaround. But anyway, I come home and I turn on my heat. I take a shower. I had something to eat, and And I get to thinking about these people up there that ain't got nothing.
Yeah.
And it's weighing on my mind, but I've got a lot of people reached out. Next Saturday, which will be February the 1st, we're going to try to do another run.
Okay.
I'm not going. Matthew Johansson and his wife, Jessica, he's the assistant preacher at Irving College Baptist Church. Plus, he runs his business out there at the welding shop.
Mm-hmm.
They are going to go and take another load of propane
Okay.
and pick me up some empties. And then I've got a little food. The cook that's cooking at the campground, he told me that they're needing some of the big cans of like green beans. What I think they call it a number
The
10.
the tin can.
They call it a number 10, I think is what they call it.
I call it the tin can.
Yeah. Well, anyway, they need things like that. And so I'm asking people if they want to help me with that. And we're going to take them when we go.
Yeah.
And one good thing that they've got a little mini barn that somebody donated. It's about 8 by 12. And they went in there and built some really nice shelves, and they've got a few canned goods in it. Peanut butter, beanie weenies, stuff, soups. So during the day, the campers can go in there and get them something like that.
Yeah.
We made sure that all the campers, most of them have got pots and pans and that kind of stuff. I'm going to try to educate a few of them about camping, and because a lot of them never stayed in a camper, and there's things you have to do when you're camping. There's, it's kind of like you got to learn some things. And so I'm going to try to do a class with them and help them while we're
That's
up there.
smart. Yeah.
And try to while I'm there on the 15th. Now, when we come back home on the 16th, I expect to do one more trip to change the tanks out. And then after that, who knows what
Your next calling is,
But it's just been like, it's just blowed my mind how I just thought I could take 100 tanks and shake your hand and hope, see you later.
For the best,
And it's not that way. I mean, but if you could see, I've got some video on my phone and some pictures, but if you want to follow John Ward, I watched him. He's up there right now. He was there. He's been there since Sunday. Matter of fact, he gave McMinnville a shout out Sunday.
Aww.
And he's doing his podcast, or I guess you call it podcast, but he does it on YouTube. He did he's really showing the very effects of it is. He interviewed the little 80-year-old lady. It's so pitiful to watch her. And, it's a 5-hour and 20-minute drive from right here. And we're that close to doing mission work. We ought to be up there every weekend driving a nail or doing something to help them.
Yeah.
And it's just, but now, in fairness, I just got into the tip of it.
Yeah.
It's more massive on down from where I was at. I just barely got into it, and so, but it's really touched me. It's kind of a chaos, but it's an organized chaos.
I know what you're saying. That's my life.
And, and I did get a chance to go down to Sylvia, North Carolina.
That's a beautiful area too.
And they have had a warehouse donated to them. So all the supplies that was left over, they brought them there. And there's 3 volunteers that's trying to sort stuff out.
Make it into like a market.
There you go. And if you've been affected, so luckily we had enough propane that they were out, and I took them 17 tanks because they've still got people in tents that are coming, and they're trying to put a little buddy heater in a tent. And you try to live like that in 6-degree weather,
It's heartbreaking. And there's entire towns that are gone. Lake Lure is gone. There is no more Lake Lure.
And we're trying to help them. Now this right here is going to be long term.
Yeah.
This is not going to end in 6 months. This is going to be, and this guy, James, the guy that owns this, he told me up there, sir, he said, if they're here 5 years, they're here 5 years. He said, I'm retired.
Oh, I hope it doesn't take that long to get them some kind of housing.
You just don't know how it's going to,
you don't, but I mean,
now I did see that our new administrative that was sworn in, they're sending, I don't want to say wrong, but they're sending money in starting today or tomorrow into that area.
Oh, that's right. He did sign a bill,
he's halted all foreign funding until these people are taken care of.
And
was my understanding.
If they would
no more.
If they would just take tractor and trailer loads of propane down there, right now, that would be a big help. Now, that's just my opinion.
Or get them to FEMA housing. I mean, like during Katrina, and I know it wasn't enough, but after Katrina, they were bringing in trailers for these people to live in until things got situated. They're not even getting that.
But I want to tell you that something that's fascinating. When I was up there Saturday, like I was telling you about the little bit chaos, there's a man there that I just met. His name was Mike. He was from Oklahoma. And he said, I'm retired. I'm here on behalf of our church. I'm here to do what they need. All I got to do is pick up the phone, call my church. They're going to send me the money. I'm going to go get it. Talked to him yesterday. He's still there, and he's helping them. Now we're talking Oklahoma.
Yeah.
There was a man and his son, I believe it's his son, that was building pressure treated steps to everybody's camper because camper's a little bit steep. So they were making them kind of long. They were from Beaufort, North Carolina. Hope I'm saying it right. Beaufort, South Carolina. Is that right?
Is it Beaufort or Georgia or South Carolina?
South Carolina.
South Carolina. Okay.
It's called Beaufort. Anyway, they're from way down there. So here's the kicker. When these people come, they've either got to bring a camper to stay in because the closest hotel is, and they're full with people that's got these vouchers too.
Yeah.
And it's just, it's a very.
It's just a lot.
It is. It's a lot. And
it's hard to process that. I mean, especially if you've never experienced poverty, if you've never been poor, then you can't imagine what it takes to survive in those conditions. And you saw that during COVID, when all of a sudden all the grocery stores were running out of toilet paper and everybody was panicking. David and I are looking at each other like, it's just a Tuesday. I mean, we've been there. We've had that life. We know what to do. But there's so many people that don't know, that have never had that. And now they're experiencing it. But then it's also these people who have never had it and they don't understand that level of needing help.
Yeah.
Well, they have generators to run their campers. They're running 38 generators 24 hours a day.
Wow.
And what's happening is if you go to Lowe's or somewhere and buy you a generator, that generator will be fine, but you can't run it hard like that all the time. So they've got people bringing in backup generators because this one literally is burn up.
Yeah, you're wearing and tearing its life in a matter of minutes.
In a matter of just a few weeks. Well, yesterday, or let me back up. I believe Sunday after I left, a man from Georgia got a 500-gallon fuel tank mounted on a trailer, brought it up there to him and said, y'all can use this. This goes on my farm. You can use it however long you need it. Well, they take the trailer down to the valley and they fill it up with fuel. They bought 200 gallons. I'll tell you wrong. They filled it up. They put 400 gallons in it. And they're right now with this cold weather, they're going through 200 gallons a day.
Yeah.
So I think I have enough money that I'm going to probably buy them either 100 gallons or 200 gallons to see how our money plays out. And that's what I want to do with our money, things like that.
Yeah, what they need.
And, I want people to know that I'm documenting everything down because I want everybody to know where every dollar's going.
That's good.
The only dollar I take out is for my fuel in my truck, and that's all I'll take out. I'm buying them. I bought them these containers that have sealed lids so we can put sugar and flour in it.
Mm-hmm.
I was going to the county commission meeting Monday, getting ready to go out the door, which I go early. Here comes one of my neighbors, pulls up to my back door, and he says, oh, we went to Sam's today and I picked you up some things. I had 50 pounds of flour, 25 pounds of sugar, I don't know how many boxes of spaghetti and spaghetti sauce and pancake mix and syrup. I mean, our kitchen is like full. And he said, and there, I've got a tank outside. And he said, I just can't stand with all them not having nothing to eat. And so, we're going to be taking that stuff to them. So Warren County, I'm not saying other counties wouldn't do it, but I love living here. I love working here. I love being part of it.
Absolutely.
I know for a fact, and you do too, and you do too, and God forbid, but if your house burnt down tonight, you would have to tell people to leave because they would be over there taking care of you. That's how Warren County is.
Like I'd say, take a number, like, thank you so much. When I wear out Melody's house, I'm going to Randy's house.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that's how people here, and it's just, I told this story Terry Bell let me have a couple of minutes at the end of our meeting the other night.
Mm-hmm.
And I told this, I mean, I couldn't be more prouder of Warren County helping a total stranger
Mm-hmm.
in my entire life. And I've been here just about my entire life.
Yeah.
It makes me so proud to be here. It just makes me so proud.
Yeah.
And,
it's like I always say, I wasn't born here and I wasn't raised here, but God willing, I will die here because I cannot imagine living anywhere else. And we've lived all over. Well, not all over the Carolinas, all over Georgia. I mean, we've been everywhere, but
it's different here.
I'm here. I mean, I'm home. And that's what it feels like. I'm home.
Yeah.
And I've told this story too. You know, when we bought our house, you know, when you buy a new house, if you go traveling and you stay at a hotel or a motel and you wake up that first morning, you're disoriented and you're trying to figure out where everything is and where you are. We never had that with our house. When we bought our house that first morning, it was just like we were home. This is where we're supposed to be. And we were good. And I mean, I can't imagine. It's such a great community.
And to circle back on what y'all are saying, you know, and while we're here at TCAT, the students were saying the same thing, coming from Chicago, California, and they're from DeKalb County, Franklin County. Gosh, I was trying to think of all the stuff those kids were telling me, and they knew on day 1 and day 2, like, this is where we're supposed to be. There's a reason for that, guys.
but do you know that if Warren County, I say this jokingly, but it's the truth. If they know that you're sick, somebody's going to bring you a pie or some soup.
Yeah.
And I think of that.
What do you need?
I think of that episode on Annie Griffith, you know, where the little old lady Emma thought she was dying
Mm-hmm.
because she couldn't get her pills and everybody was bringing her soup and all this. I'm thinking, they'll do that here.
They'll do that here.
And
Yes.
so, but I'm so proud. I want to thank you, Kelly, for letting me do this.
Well,
You're welcome.
before we stop, I'm going to
We got one
sidetrack.
more. We got one more.
I know we got Madeline, but before we let Randy go, because as I said, Randy is a commissioner and he and I were talking. And I mean, here this past week, I've had 4 or 5 people asking me this. So I wanted Randy to clarify about what's going on with the animal control building, because I know it's been walls for a while, which those were donated.
That's right.
Correct. So that's why that's gotten to that point and it stopped. But what's going on over there? Why is it stopped?
We've got bids going out because, you know, when it gets to a certain dollar amount, we have to bid it. That's just part of it. We have to bid it. And another thing, it's so wet and so muddy in there, and we're trying to let that kind of get out.
The weather.
But Blaine Welcher is the chairman of that committee, but we're very close. I do remember him saying that we're close.
It's what Terry Bell was telling us on our last episode at the 1 year. He said that the grant came in, they were granted or awarded the mechanical, I can't remember how he said it, but he said that everything's got to go through, and the person that was supposed to do it had other projects. So it's like anybody that builds a house.
But now I do know that we'll have some things for sure finalized, I believe, by the end of February.
Yeah.
But it's coming. It's just it's a process.
It's weather
These things
pending
take
and
time.
it's project pending.
But in the meantime, I think we are all grateful that things have improved so much over there.
Yes.
It is a whole different atmosphere. Things are getting done. Paperwork is getting filed correctly.
They had 40
it's
to
great.
60 adoptions this year, guys.
Yeah.
That's what Terry Bell was saying in
it's
our
going-
1 year
it's going
celebration.
very well.
Like since they have taken it over, so much good has come with that.
You know,
And
Warren County, we're sitting, in my opinion, as a commissioner, we're sitting better than we've ever sat.
Yes, that's what I've heard.
As residents, as all, you know, we took a lot of slack for buying the mall.
Yes.
I was a
There's still
supporter of
people
it.
complaining about that.
What we don't understand is the value that we got. I mean, we could make money today.
Yeah.
I mean, we could. But look at go over to the senior center, talk to Lana over there. I mean, look at that.
Yeah.
The health department, we're getting the plans for that will be finalized by the 15th of February, I believe. That's
And
going to
then-
be awesome.
And then UCHRA is still moving it, correct?
That's right.
There across from Jay's.
That's right. And then, but that has turned out better. And people are not seeing the inside, but see, we're going to actually tear that parking lot up, put some new sewer lines in, new water lines, and then that's all going to be paved and be really
In
nice.
time.
In time. But
I wish y'all would get rid of that weird median over by the Wendy's entrance. The one that separates
Oh, I know.
the two lanes that are going
I've
in
hit
one
that
direction.
so many times.
That messes everybody up because normally the median separates the two different flows of traffic, and that one separates the same flow.
I understand.
And people that aren't from here are like coming in the wrong way because they're going by the
That's why
median.
there's so many potholes over there because people are messing it
Like,
up.
what is going on?
But, you know, we're blessed to live here. Things are going well.
We just got to be patient.
We got everything. Now, if you as a homeowner, you could get things done a little quicker, but when it's government or anything like that.
So much red tape. You've got to as my mother used to say, you got to dot your I's and cross your T's.
Yeah. And there's a whole lot of that in the county.
Yeah, there's a whole lot going on.
Yeah,
when it's something personal, we have to understand that things go a little bit faster. When it's government, there's processes and procedures. And if somebody, like, for example, if I was government and this was a government building, our electrician backed out, right? So then my husband had to put out 3 new beds and do the whole process over again. So again,
shout out to Josh Baker, who's an amazing electrician.
Yes, be patient. And again, let them do their process and do what you hired them to do.
Patience, Padawan.
Yes.
Can I have one more minute?
Yes.
I should have said this a while ago. I'm on the jail oversight committee along with some other members. We work with the sheriff over there, and Jackie is doing a really good job. He is, and we are the only county in the state of Tennessee that has an educational program in their jail.
That's correct.
And what started with me telling them, let's do precision measurement training. Now we're doing that full time. We have a full-time instructor. The county pays for that. We got a grant to buy the supplies. Now we are, they're teaching welding. Brother Michael's teaching that class.
Yep.
And we are, of course, they're doing their GEDs, but we are now got a building built. We're going to start doing construction. We're looking for an instructor right now.
Okay.
Hopefully, my hope is by July, August, the building is right behind the National Guard, that white building. It's an older building. It's actually the first National Guard, believe it or not. But anyway, it's a really good sound building. We're going to clean it, put a new roof on it. We got bids out on that, and we are going to clean it. We are going to paint it inside out, put some new doors. We're going to put car lifts, tire alignment machine, balancer.
Wow, okay.
And we've got a teacher that just retired from the high school. And he is going to teach that class.
Yeah.
And we're going to teach our inmates how to do oil changes, brake jobs, change tires. That way, when they get out, they can go over here somewhere and say, hey, I know how to balance tires. I know how
Instead of starting over, they're just going to transition in. It's a smoother transition.
Well, Mr. Earl McClung, he has accepted that position. And so,
he's good. I've heard great
but we're
things
trying
about
it now.
him.
There again, it's like Kelly just said, it's that time thing in that.
Yeah. Again, you just got to be patient.
But
Good
now,
things come to those
look how
who
much
wait.
money we're going to save.
Yeah.
I mean, look how much money we're going to save. And I think it's going to go so well. Not only are we going to get to take care of the sheriff's vehicles, we're going to get to take care of the other county vehicles. And look at the money, the savings coming in.
Yeah, you're teaching a skill and you're saving money.
And before he goes, and then we'll get Madeline in on here.
Melody's going to scoop.
Everybody's been talking about, how can we solve the problems of people, getting in trouble and staying out of drugs and all this. They have to have not a hand out, a hand up. You have to have a smoother transition. And it's like Terry Bell said, he had a conversation with a female inmate and said, as soon as I leave here, I can't call any of my friends or family. I have to call the people I sold drugs with, because that's who's going to come and get me. And we got to put a stop to that. Everything, whether it's domestic violence, drug issues, whatever, there's got to be a stopping point somewhere, guys. We can't just sit there and say, okay, I'm going to pray about this and let's hope it changes. We have to be the change for these people. So if this is an easier way so we can spend less money doing it and keep bringing these people in, we want them out and we want them in a good life, in a good situation.
What I would love to see is a church or someone take on, you can call it a halfway house. You can call it a beginner house.
Yeah.
Where they could go.
Starting over.
And
Transition home. A new beginnings.
Yeah.
Where they could have a bedroom to sleep, a bathroom, be able to go to work and come home to a safe environment.
That's correct.
And I've often said that McMinnville Inn needs to be repurposed. Bless it. That thing is a hot mess. But it would be great for a program like that, or for the homeless, or whoever. But use the conference room as a teaching room. Have them work in the cafeteria. Use it to help them transition.
Yeah.
You can stay here, but you have to contribute. You have to cook one meal a week or something like that to help them get back on their feet. Because You can't just put them in jail. Okay, you're done here, and toss them back out in the street.
Unfortunately, that's how it's been.
And that's how it's been. And where do they go? I mean, they've been in jail for 5 years. Their home's gone. Everything's gone. They've got nowhere to go.
But on a good note, when I started the precision measurement class, I was hoping that we could cut our ones that come back to the jail. I was hoping I could cut that. And I was just shooting for about 10%, which is about 3 or 4.
Mm-hmm.
And it's actually working. And it's working. We, instead of having 300 plus in the jail, we're averaging about 230, 240.
Okay.
And it's working. And the inmates know that we have these programs, and they're like, we're going to behave. We want to sign up.
Yeah. Let me do it.
Yeah.
Well,
but
and
see,
they have a positive support team. They
have to earn a right to do
Yeah.
this. They have to earn a right to be able to take these classes. And Jackie's working with me. His staff is spot on.
Yeah.
I mean, they are. And there's where you need to do a podcast. But his staff is spot on over there, and they're doing a good job. So,
Hey, Jackie.
And by the way, on my North Carolina, if you want to help me, I don't care. Give me my phone number. It's 931-808-3203. 808-3203. Call me, text me.
Yeah,
FaceTime
Brian,
me.
you got that? I'll give you his number.
I don't care. I don't care because I'm here to help, and this is how you have to get
Brian,
me.
did you get that?
808-3203, and then.
I thought that's what he was typing. Maybe I
And
need
if
to
you
get
need
that.
me, and I'll try to keep you updated as much as I can. But when we go up there on the 15th, I wish you could go. It's a long drive, but I wish you could go.
I will if you want me to.
Well,
say the word.
It's going to start at 1 in Maggie Valley at the Ghost Town in the Sky parking lot.
Okay.
And it starts at 1, and they're an hour faster. You have to play that into the park.
We'll talk after the show.
And we're going to go. And as a footnote, I've met somebody that used to work at Ghost Town in the Sky. They have obtained the keys from the owners and all now, and they're going to take me and let me look.
I don't even know what this is. Y'all gonna have to talk to me out there.
So I guess I'm going with you in February instead of you.
But
Sorry,
You
our
need to-
trip is off. I'm going with him.
I went there when I was about 10 or 11
I
years
never
old.
got to go
Oh,
there.
I did. I remember the gunfights.
Oh,
and all
I always
that.
got to see the advertising
I have no
because
clue
I
what
grew
they're
up.
talking about.
Okay, so it's an old amusement park and it's up on top of the mountain, and it was like an old western town, but it was an amusement
Built
park.
in the 60s. And
They've
it's still
tried
there.
to-
They just walked off from it.
Yeah, they've tried to revamp it 2 or 3 times, and they just can't do it. And I want to get in there and I want to photograph all the old buildings and
They're
stuff
still
so badly.
And the rides are still there. And they're all rusted
Everything's
up.
still there.
Oh, that's
It's so cool. I want to go. It's an old amusement park that's been abandoned.
Hey, and
We'll talk about it
in-
after there. We
in
got to.
November, I believe it's in November, they just announced that they have hired, the owners have hired the Disney
Oh, that's a
people-
horrible idea.
The Disney people to say, what can we do with this?
Oh, okay. Okay,
they're
yeah.
for
Ask
creative things.
ask for help. Not
Okay, Eric, we got to get Madeline on here.
Thank you.
Come on,
You're,
Madeline.
no, thank you for letting. We'll talk after
Hey,
the
thank you,
show.
hon.
I'll call you. Okay, so coming up now is Madeline Stubblefield. She is my niece. As my voice is about gone, so I'm gonna let Brian and her do a lot of talking. Imagine that. But she is wearing all decked out in Warren County Pioneer gear. I absolutely love it. And we have been teasing this since Tuesday night. And real quickly, me, Brian, and Melody actually had an amazing meeting with Coach Lippy and Coach King to get a Warren County sports show going. And do you want to tell a little bit about it before she gets in, or just let her ride?
Well, this all started with Mr. Scotty Keel is how the genesis of this story begins.
Yeah.
He invited us out to cover wrestling.
He
And
did.
so I went out a few weeks ago
Mhm.
and ran into several folks, several movers and shakers,
Yeah.
the people of our community. And I was talking with executive principal Chris Hobbs.
Yeah.
And Kelly called while I was
Yeah.
there talking with him. So I put him on the phone with Kelly.
Mhm.
And they had been going back and forth about maybe some type of coaching show. And so he's really the genesis of this. So in saying that, Warren County's got a lot of stuff going on.
So much.
But the high school is probably the biggest aspect of sports here in this Warren County area. And we have, starting all the way from Pee Wee football and T-ball and all the things, swim team. We've got a ton of things to offer people in the community, but the Warren County High School is probably the biggest overall organization. And a lot of people want to know what's going on. And so Coach Lippy and Principal Hobbs were telling me about this app.
Yeah, and I'm going to pull this up while you keep talking.
That sounded really exciting, and we thought, well, yeah. And they wanted to do a coaching show because a lot of times if you can't listen to the radio exactly when something's going on, you miss it. And then if you don't subscribe to the paper or get the paper or don't get that day's episode, you miss it. So one of the beautiful things about our social media platform is that we're always here.
We are.
And we can come on whenever.
You can click on our show whenever if you miss it. I mean, it's not that hard at all.
And especially for a recruitment tool for young people, young people are on the different platforms. And so, and just with our reach, so it just so happened that Kelly has this ace up her sleeve in having what's affectionately known as her May-May.
It's my May-May. That's what I tell everybody. She's my May-May.
And so we met with the co-athletic directors and talked about developing a live coaching show. And it's not just coaching, it's a live sports show. But we want to have as our primary focus what's going on in Pioneer sports, not just football, not just basketball, all sports in Warren County.
Highlighting all of them. And Madeline, you know, being a Warren County alum, sports herself, she was actually a ball player under Coach Lippy.
And we brought that up in the meeting, and it was like as soon as she dropped, his eyes got big, and he said, "That's one of my girls." And so having that trust factor, having that instant recognition of somebody who is local, who's from this community, who knows a lot about it. It's invaluable. So we've been putting our heads together and talking about what we would do. And so this Saturday at Prater's Barbecue at 9 o'clock in the morning, we are going to have, well, I like the term our pilot episode because we've still got stuff in production that we're getting made up for this show. And it's going to take time. And we're talking about every other week, possibly more. And really, it's going to depend on how the show evolves. But this is totally organic. This is for the fans, by the fans of Warren County, the people who love it. And we just so happen to have a sports journalism communications major that just graduated, and she is making this her platform. And you know, and I've joked about this, but I'm serious in all matters. If the big boys don't let you play, you start your own team.
That is correct.
And so that's what
and
we've
this
done.
is our team.
This is our team. And so
Madeline knows me well enough. If I get told no, I'll just do it myself.
So,
and she's the same way.
Just pass the ball along and eventually we'll score.
Well, what's beautiful is we've all been team players in this. And so this is really, Madeline is going to be the brain trust of this. And
we're going to be behind the scenes.
Calling the shots. This is not necessarily Kelly and Brian, the sports edition. This is Madeline and Warren County sports. And then all the people that make up Warren County sports.
I think with that being said, I think we can release the name. You're talking about calling plays and everything. So drum roll. The name will be the Pioneer Playbook. Pioneer Playbook. We're going to release a graphic. It's going to be great. Tune in, and I'm excited, and they've been great helping me out. But I was just tuning in to Kelly. She was on the phone, and I said, "Hold on, stop your conversation right here."
Yeah, I was on the phone, I think, with Brian.
And I was like, you know, I went to school for this. Let me just give you a whole thing of what you should do, the seasons, who you need to have on. And so some things you're going to hear on the show. It's going to be coaches' interviews. We're going to talk about key takeaways from games, what we can look forward to going into games. We're going to have possibly some athletes, past and present, on the show. Talk about some signing days. We have some athletes probably coming up in the spring that are going to go sign. So maybe we can go cover that, have them on the show.
She
But
can do all of
also
it.
we have like special shows. Like if any teams have a event back in the day, we used to do May Mania. If they have any fundraisers or any youth coming into camps, we're going to talk about that.
Yep.
Just a whole list of things, and we'll talk about it more on Saturday. So tune in on all the things we're going to get into. But I'm excited to have Brian helping me. He's been great. I haven't been in the Warren County sports. I was in college for 4 years, so new coaches, new systems. But I'm excited about the app, and I'm excited to have Brian help me and kind of get me into the sports.
Look, I think she's going to be just fine because there's no shortage in what's going on in Warren County sports. Yeah. So with that being said, hey, we've got wrestling, the duels tournament coming up, and that is tonight. So good luck to our Warren County Pioneer Wrestling team, guys and girls. It was awesome the other night being there. I loved having the ladies on. Was that not awesome?
The Warren County Glow team. That's what I'm going to call them.
Gorgeous ladies of wrestling.
Yes. See, but I'm telling you guys, being there for the first time ever at a wrestling match, and this also includes my Pioneer days as well. I was like, oh my gosh, what's this? And I was learning as I was watching with you, Patrick, and Coach Matheny and all them that came on the show, and Coach Lippy, and seeing the difference in what a pin is and things like that. But what was really special for me, which I didn't realize what it was until I got there, I thought I was just going to watch wrestling. No, it was their senior night. And to see everybody to show up and show out and be loud and be proud and Pioneer strong, it just reaffirmed like when you leave and you come back, you're like, oh, I miss this camaraderie. I miss this spirit. And to see even Coach Turner come and see these athletes that he helped build up and to talk to people about, and that's one thing that Madeline's going to get on, to talk about what are we implementing on building athletes today, and Coach Matheny kind of tapped on it at that wrestling event, talking about what they were doing in the schools now, having these, I can't remember what he called it, but the little Pioneer wrestling things and such. We need to know about this because I'll play devil's advocate and be negative Nancy. If you want a top-notch, phenomenal, grade A teams, you have to start them early.
Yes.
There is very rarely you have the unicorn that starts at the beginning, like that lady that the sophomore that wrestled for her first year.
Oh.
And I cannot remember her name, and I do apologize. And how they bragged on how phenomenal she was.
That was our own Maya Reagan.
Okay.
Who and she's just a freshman.
Freshman. Sorry, she's going into sophomore. Okay. And I'm just telling you guys, if you want phenomenal athletes and if you want to play with the big boys or the big girls, you have got to get them into training with one-on-one people. Like, I'm so glad that Scott Dunham, for example, he has come to McMinnville, and his red ribbon cutting is tomorrow. And I can't remember what it's Dunham something. Do you know what
it's like batting cages?
Yeah, batting, pitching, throwing, how to place the baseball sport right and correctly. Getting your kid into stuff like that at an early age can grow into these phenomenal things. Ben Matheny at the middle school has started an 8th grade weightlifting program with these kids. I mean, there's all these things that have to start and take time to get our kids ready. But I'm telling you, let the coaches and the athletic directors and whatever you need, and get them in early. That is the best way for our little Jimmies to become Joes. I'm just going to say, I'm sorry, it's the truth. I am very transparent on my show, and I'm going to keep it that way. But again, tune in, and I want to say a huge thank you to, and it's so crazy how when this started, like me just calling Brian, and there's Chris Hobbs, and then Madeline's hearing me on the phone while she's at the house doing what she does best, by the way, too, because anything Madeline touches, she turns it to gold, okay? And that's a brag. I know that's a brag, and I'm biased because she is my niece, but she really gives it 100 and blankety blank %. Like, she goes full force. Like, it has to be a good product. It has to be to this specific, and that's one thing Lippy bragged on her about in the meeting. Like, he just goes, I know, May. I say May. I know Madeline. Whatever she does, it's going to be good. It's going to be great, and she's going to take care of it.
And that's one of the great things about having the name Madeline Stubblefield on our team is because
She's a name.
her name is going to offer something solid on top of all the just what we call our local normal sports. I mean, I say normal. We're going to do a lot of other things. We're hunting and fishing reports. So all archery.
They got an archery tournament this weekend or a competition this weekend.
We got bowling teams. We're going to cover everything. But
Pioneer Pride Band, Pioneerettes, the dance teams, even not just the Warren County Middle School sports. We're also going to cover what's outside because during the summer there's the big swim team that I'm a part of. Madeline's been a part of it as well, and she helped alongside with our bronze medal Olympic medalist Paige Northcutt. There's just so much, and then also is it called Special Buddies? Correct me if I'm wrong.
It's the special games. So right now they're doing basketball. So we're going to cover some of that. Maybe a special show, special segment on that. I've been volunteering with them. So it's going to be everything sports, Warren County. Y'all have any ideas? You can comment.
And that's the beautiful thing. It's your show, Warren County. It's your students. It's your community members. It's your people.
It's your kids. It's your coaches. It's your husband, your wife, all these things.
And we might talk a little bit about the Titans and that team in Orange up in Knoxville. Some of you may like to talk about that too as well. So
if there's
all
any
things sports,
news, definitely we'll cover it.
Because I know on good authority that we have somebody here in Warren County that I can't wait to see if he or she, I'm going to say it that way, goes pro. I'm just saying, because if they do not, I will be surprised.
Oh, I'm looking forward to seeing somebody play safety in the NFL. I mean, I don't know that anything, but
Go Gators. There goes Jan.
Go Balls.
There you go.
Ball for life.
He goes, do y'all need me to be there? Junior's not on here, Jan, to torment.
But we love the banter. We love it. And look, I'll tell you, really somebody that I really want to get on the show. We had and I won't name them, but we had some people from our local community just this past Tuesday go up to the national championship game and watch it. So I'd love to have them in, or one of them come in and tell us about their experience being at the national championship game and for their team winning. So obviously they were Ohio State, but still.
How amazing would it be?
Well, look, if the Vols were in the national championship and I got to go, I'd be telling everybody about it.
Right?
So,
right?
Yes.
And I don't think Ohio State hasn't been in this, was it 15? They were saying how many years the other day on the news. It's been years.
Well, it's been a few years.
Like 5.
Okay.
But this was the first of the playoff series with a 12-team playoff series. And although my team got knocked out pretty early, my team was still in it in the inaugural, and we got to watch that. And so, and the team that knocked them out wound up winning the whole thing. So they were the best team.
First African American coach in the championship, Notre Dame's coach.
Oh,
so exciting things going on in all of sports world.
See, she's in it. I'm not. That's what I'm like. I need. She's like, KK, it's da-da-da-da-da. And I'm like, okay, I'm out. But this is going to be so exciting. Please tune in because the first show we will be having, Coach Lippy and Coach King on. We do maybe have a surprise guest up our sleeve, as I say. But if not, please tune in. If you have questions about anything going on in Warren County, please Facebook, Instagram, YouTube us. Text me at 931-305-0869. We also have a new number, which I cannot remember right now because I have an assistant that will answer those calls now. But you can go on any of our platforms. We also have we are also on top of all this bringing up, I want to say thanks to Coach Libby and King for allowing us to be sponsors, co-sponsors with everybody else on the app. You can, if you scan that QR code, that is our new Linktree app, our QR code, and it's going to have all the links that Warren First has to offer and then some. And again, if there's anything that we're missing, please let us know.
Yeah, and please may not be this Saturday because it may be short notice for you, but in the coming future, coming on over to Prater's Barbecue at 9:00 in the morning. Actually, we'll start the show at 9, so we'll probably need to get there at 8:30. We're going to work out the sound. We're going to work out the camera. So watch how this podcast is made. Watch it from its very beginning. The inaugural,
the first,
the pilot episode of May Stubblefield.
Everybody's gonna start calling you May.
I love the name because it's like a great sports nickname. Oh, May. to the line.
May.
May.
I think I already got her song going on.
May. For the win. May.
Yeah.
So,
but yeah, make sure you tune in this Saturday, 9 a.m. Prater's Barbecue. We're going to have coffee and donuts. And, this is going to be a trial and error basis, but we want it to be for you guys. And if you see something, know something, or if you heard of something that you want us to double check on something, that's what we're here for at Warren First 931. Anything else before I let you go, May?
I think we just want to see Warren County succeed. We got to talk about the good, the bad, but mostly we want to talk about the good. So we want to keep it positive, but I think we want to just keep it Warren County, and we want to highlight these athletes, these teams, bring more confidence into the programs, and it helps the athletes with college and just going into the future. So I'm ready. I'm excited. Let's go,
Pioneers!
Pioneers on 3.
1, 2, 3, Pioneers! Remember, Warren County, it has been a great time here. Keep it first. Thank you, TCAT and Randy England, for having us in here. And I will see you bright and bushy-tailed Saturday morning with Madeline Stubblefield.
Pioneer Playbook, here it comes.